rubber meets the road, we stand tall. Through the grit and grind, we answer the call. Voices rising loud like a storm untamed. This is where the difference gets its name. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need.
Hey, welcome to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here not in the fishbowl. We are a little remote due to icy weather here in Texas, man. We are brought to you by Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack. Ow! There you go. You can do that at home. What are they worry about you going, ow, at home? Weird sounds coming
I
from
don't
your
want my
room.
dogs to get triggered.
Well, welcome, Pitbull, man. We got a great show today. This Texas weather has been crazy. I know you got snowed in, you lost some electric. How did that go?
I guess we didn't know we were going to have rolling blackouts, but we're in a brand new neighborhood in the country. So yeah, we would have like power for like a few hours, and then it was like 4 hours with no power. And then, yeah, it was on and off. So we had to bond. The family had to bond.
Now at least you know them, right?
Yes.
You're like, oh, what
like,
you guys are.
But no, it wasn't too bad. It's just we couldn't get out of our neighborhood. Once you get out of our neighborhood, it's fine. It's just getting out.
Yeah. The roads are pretty slick on Monday and on actually the whole weekend. I got to give once again another big shout out to Barrel and Bones, Tika over at Barrel and Bones. Texas Harley Davidson, Micah did everything in his power to keep the doors open, but for the safety of all the other employees, they had to shut the doors, and we respect that. But Tika over at Barrel and Bones opened up her doors to Heroes in the Sky and us in the 99 and Texas Harley Davidson. And we had about 25 people show up. There was a family that drove through that storm from McAllen, Texas.
Where's that?
A mother and daughter. Oh, that's down by the border. They drove 12 hours on 20 through that storm to be at that ceremony, which was, man, it was awesome. Really, really heartfelt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
God bless them. But we're going to be doing another ceremony at Harley Davidson when we finally get the memorial there and set up, and we'll tell all our listeners when they can come and join and be part of that ceremony as well as we do the secondary dedication to Texas Harley Davidson. Yes. But Fishbowl, once again, because of this weather, had to do the right thing and close. Because we had to close the studio as the weather was still a little icy this morning. Now the roads are starting to get a little bit better, but the roads were a little crazy. The schools were still closed, so they
worried about the refreeze is more than anything. But a lot of people don't know how to drive in this stuff. Apparently,
and you still got to you don't want anybody getting hurt for the sake of the show, and you don't want any of the other hosts coming in or their guests coming in and getting hurt. So our guest today was so conducive to the schedule changes. I can't thank her enough. It's going to be USOA Miss Texas BreAnna Smith is coming on at the 4:00 hour. God bless her for really being like so adaptable. I mean, as Miss Texas, you got to be adaptable, right?
Yes,
and she's all about community. She was like, yeah, no problem. I'll do it remotely, because she was coming from a distance as well. So I wouldn't want her or a family, whoever she was going to bring, to drive in that far as well. But thank you, James Collins with Heroes in the Sky, once again for Battle Vest 2208 for our 19 fallen heroes that will be on display at Texas Harley Davidson in the next few weeks. And so what else is going on, Pitbull?
I've had cabin fever. I was excited to get out today. Like go to the studios, but I went out to get lunch. It wasn't too bad, like you said. Other than that, my kids been out of school. They were out again today. So having a 10-year-old home for a week.
Yeah, that's stir crazy. So how many bottles of wine? How many bottles of wine? All right, you don't have to go. You need another set of hands. Hey, big shout out to JFW who just celebrated his birthday, man. Happy birthday, JFW. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We got Tattoo Mark on the air. Man, Mark, I know you were probably held up in the apartment over there by AT&T Stadium.
He had a nice, interesting view over there, though.
Yeah,
watching the show at the stadium.
Yep. So, what is John?
Billy Ball.
He's at the studio. The door's locked, John. Door is locked.
With his Jeep, he wants to get on the roads.
Yeah. He wants to do something. Oh, yeah, Mark does. Mark wants to get out. Hey, Kenny T, man, thank you for tuning in. Kenny, firefighter and ex-chief of the Farmingdale Fire Department, tuning in all the way from New York. New York's going to get hit with a secondary blast of winter weather, man. And God bless them, man, because they just got hit with about 9 to 10 inches of snow, and they're just recovering from that.
For it, though.
Yeah,
they're prepared. They're way more prepared than we are.
Yeah, in ways, but it still takes a toll. Prayers go out to the Floral Park firefighter who was shoveling snow for a church this past week up in New York, Floral Park, New York, and he was had a heart attack. And he died from just shoveling snow. So if you are out in the Northeast and shoveling, just be careful, man. Don't the cold weather with the exertion can really spark something. So please be careful. And Mongo's saying the weather is bearable, sunshine and comfortable in sunny California. He is sipping and smoking his bourbon out on his deck from Faustino Cigars over in Roy City. We're going to have to give him some shit when he comes on a little later on in the show. I don't know. I don't care how great the weather is. I don't think I'm not moving to California. I'm not moving to California.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. But we only have about this much time to go through for the cold weather. It's not like, months and months.
But
I do miss the 4 seasons. That's the only thing I miss about Texas. You don't get the 4 seasons.
The hotel or the weather?
The weather. The color of the leaves and all that shit and stuff.
Yeah. Well, speaking about the cold weather, let me just where is this? Let me just bring this up real quick. We got this email the other day, and it is from the Lethal Few LEMC and the VETMC. They're doing bedrolls for the homeless. Go on to their website, lethalfew.com, and see how you can support them. They're collecting blankets and blanket rolls for all those homeless people that are out on the street. A lot of them don't want to go to the shelters. A lot of them just, they try to find a ATM, a bank ATM alcove where they can sleep so they don't get with the wind. And Lethal Few is doing the right thing by picking up those, getting some blanket rolls for them. They're gonna do the drive from February 1st to February 15th. So reach out to the Lethal Few, LE and VETMC, and see how you can support them. And that's once again, it's the motorcycle community going out there and doing their outreach. Either collecting socks for the homeless, food for the homeless, going out cooking. The Rail Club opened up its doors. Chris Pallone over at the Rail Club opened up its doors for the third year in a row. When the weather drops below freezing, the Rail Club opens up the doors and they put on food and they put out cots for anybody in the area over in South Fort Worth that wants to come and, get warm and have a good meal.
Yeah. It's needed. It's needed because half the time I don't think they even know it's really coming that bad, and where are they going to go and how are they going to get there? Yeah,
it is hard because and once again, all their belongings. If you see, when you see somebody who's living out on the streets, all their belongings are either in a big shopping cart or a big, one of those carts. And most of the shelters do not allow the homeless in with those personal items. And if they leave them out on the streets, or their pets, and they're going to be stolen. And, that's everything they have.
That's it. Yeah.
That's all they have. And, I don't blame them to not leaving it out on the street because they're going to come out, they're going to be warm, but they're going to come out and all their belongings are going to be gone. So, it's a catch-22 situation. It's
I
it's
agree.
hard. It is hard. So God bless the lethal few who's getting out there and putting out the blankets and doing a blanket drive and helping these homeless people out, because we are all maybe 1 or 2 paychecks away from being homeless. It could happen to any one of us at any given time. You
Mhm.
lose your job, something medical, and boom, you're out on the street. The bills don't, they'll foreclose or kick you out of the
Mhm.
apartment if you're not paying rent.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to hear from our sponsor, Glenn Lawson, and then we'll be back right after these messages. As I find it.
Hey everybody, this is Glenn with Glenn Larson Law and Biker Wolfpack Law. And I got one simple concept today. Don't be a tough guy. Don't try to do it on your own. And also, don't talk to the bad guys. So what do I mean? Don't be a tough guy means go get medical attention right away and tell the doctors everything that's wrong with you. Make sure to do that, because if you don't, it's going to mess up your case. Number 2, if you have a problem with your roof, do you hire a roofer? If you have an injury situation and you need help, hire legal professional representation. Our firm is one of those firms, and we stand ready to help. Number 3, most importantly, heaven forbid, do not speak to the insurance companies without legal representation. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.
Hey everybody, the boy Chio F-Food, Olympian, the boy aka Big Cheese, and I ride with the 99.
All right, we are back on the 99. Remote. It keeps getting light and dark in your little cave back there, Pitbull. Hey, our sponsor, Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack, they were on with the Road Guardians for their bike build that they're doing for the Sturgis Museum. They were on a podcast yesterday, and Glenn gave us a big shout out on that podcast, and he goes, "Hey, Sideshow and Pitbull," and one of the hosts was like, "Pitbull, is that a dog?" And
Yes.
he's like, no, that's Pitbull. That's her road name. And so I typed in, I'm like, yeah, they call her Pitbull because she bites. Because she's a little feisty, she bites.
Just a little
But
bit, just a little.
Yeah,
Just a little bite.
once Glenn comes on, we're going to be talking about that amazing bike build that they're doing with the Road Guardians for the Sturgis Museum, and it's going to benefit so many. I don't know that much about it that I want to get into it. I'd rather him talk about it. We're going to be doing an ASM class over at Texas Harley Davidson. Those dates are going to be announced soon. That's an accident scene management class and if you ride, you must take one of these classes. I don't care how much you know or how long you've been riding. If you haven't taken one of these classes,
Always need a refresher.
Or you need a refresher. It is packed full of educational tools that, God forbid, when you're in a crowd or even by yourself and you come along and there's a biker down, you could really secure the scene and benefit that person who's hurt.
That most definitely. Run
Have you
through
ever
the
taken
accident, help out.
Have you
What?
ever taken those classes?
No, but I've not for motorcycle, but I've taken a lot of like safety classes, like growing up, like through Red Cross. My mom was in the Red Cross and all that, so I always had to take like, first aid,
CPR and first aid.
CPR. I was a water safety instructor at one point. Like I did all that kind of stuff, but not motorcycle.
Yeah, this
Like
is
safety.
a little different.
Besides the basic stuff that I know.
Yeah, this goes a little bit beyond that. This goes to from traffic control to who is dedicated to call 911, and so you don't overload and give false information. It really sets the scene for a safe ride, and it's good to have that on it. Who's got the trauma packs, and who is medically trained. So there's a lot of information, and Texas Harley Davidson is going to open up their doors probably in March for us to do that. So that's going to be a great accident scene management. It's only like $25 to take it.
Yeah,
it's cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah, that's a couple drinks at the bar they can spare.
Yeah, exactly. And Glenn Lawson said, they'll pick up the other half of it. I think it's a $50 class, but they'll pick up the other half. So it is a well worth it class to take. This weekend, the Thin Blue Line LEMC is going to host their 26th annual. Let me get that up here. Hold on. fajita contest, the fajita cook-off. That's going to be down in Hockley, Texas. I'm going to shoot down there. I don't know, Pitbull, if you're going to go down there. But last year when
16 years, 16th annual.
16 years. Yep. 16 years.
A lot of flavor.
Let me tell you, that is probably one of the best cook-offs I've been to. They have probably 30, 40 people, different tents from all around the state of Texas, and they are all cooking fajitas. The smell, the aroma in the air just gets you fat, you know?
Nothing better than smelling burning meat, cooking meat outside.
Yeah. That's right.
Nothing
and
better.
Nope.
So are you a meat, chicken, or what kind of fajita?
Well, I am more of a chicken. I'm not a big
Can we
steak
make that
guy.
a drop?
Right? I'm not a big meat guy,
See, I'm steak. Give me the steak.
You know what it is, truthfully? And it's because I have a fear of choking. And that's why I have a life vac in my house. I choked on a piece of steak one time, and now it's just subconsciously in me. If the meat is not like totally tender and I can just melt in your mouth, if I can't eat steak, it scares the hell out of me.
Okay. What about corn or flour?
Well, yeah, corn or flour is fine. I mean, I'm not taking teaspoons of flour in my mouth.
No, I'm not saying like choking on it. Which one do you prefer?
Oh. I like flour. Oh, you're doing.
I'm not going down your warning label.
flour, but I like corn too. I like them both.
I just went to Uncle Julio's for lunch, and I had the braised beef with the corn tortillas and the pickled onions on it.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, with an El Jefe margarita.
Of course, you have to wash that down. You can't go there and get a Coke. You have to get a margarita.
Yes.
And
you got to get the one that comes with the extra side of one in the shaker.
I actually think that's the law. You have to. If you do not get the margarita, you'll get taken out in cuffs. So, well,
or will you?
I just saw Glenn pop on, so we are going to do Glenn's opening, and we're going to bring in Glenn Lawson with the Biker Wolfpack. He is our sponsor for our show. We can't thank him enough for being a part of the 99% Radio Network. And he's going to talk about the ASM class. He's going to talk about the bike build. A lot of information. Don't go away. Sit back and relax and stay tuned.
Biker Wolfpack Law is a safety organization founded by myself alongside Robert Howell with the primary focus of motorcycle safety, advocacy for injured bikers, and just general protection for those injured while riding motorcycles in the great state of Texas. Motorcyclists have all of the safety information they need, all of the legal information they need, and frankly, if needed, that full-blown legal advocacy in times of injury through no fault of their own.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network. Not in the fishbowl, but we are remotely doing the show because of weather. Welcome, Glenn Lawson. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing? Is it working?
Doing well.
Yep. We can hear you. We can see you.
You've been a busy man, flying all over the place, going to Florida, giving away bikes, giving away this, doing a bike build, man, plus taking care of our injured motorcyclists and anybody who is injured out in the civilian world, man. So welcome to the show. Glad got a nice little fire going behind you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been nice to slow down a little bit because it's been very busy, like you said. So I appreciate everybody. Got several clear things. Want to make sure we over-deliver today with some information. There are basically 3 or 4 things I want to talk about. One being some information that's just came out from a variety of health agencies and also from the University of Utah comparing the effects of texting and driving to the brain waves while intoxicated. It's very interesting data. And it actually, I'll give you a hint, texting is worse. Okay.
Texting is worse than driving while under the influence, huh?
Just to hit it right away, it's the University of Utah study and also the NIH study, whichever wherever you are on that, it's the data is there. Especially of the younger generation, the number one leading cause of death in teens is texting and driving.
Wow.
I believe that.
Even more than some of the other things that are out there. So the science shows from a variety of different sources, especially the University of Utah study, which is now 14 years old. What they did was they compared the brain waves of people that passed away during DWIs and also the brain waves of the cognitive function. They did simulations, like in simulators, not on the road, where people were testing and people were drinking, right? And they compared the cognitive function.
I want to do that study.
Yeah, I want to do the drinking one.
And it's
I can't text for shit, but I can sure drink a beer and drive a car.
The level of impairment that happens while texting is the equivalent to 5 beers. Okay. It's the equivalent to 0.21%, over 20% alcohol rate, or whatever you want to call it. So it's super up there in impairment. However, the correlation, and I'm not, just to be clear, I'm not encouraging drinking and driving, right? Let's be clear. That's, only if you're like going down an inner tube on the backside of a hill somewhere and you're having a good time. But you really should know that the criminal penalty for texting and driving needs to be higher.
That's what I was going to ask. If someone gets pulled over for drinking and driving, they're looking at huge fines, some time in jail. But how do you prove someone was texting and driving if you didn't visually see them? How does that happen? How do they?
Can't they get on the phone and tell?
I mean, they can. And, it's again, boy, that's a heavy topic right now with everything that's going on. But how do you? You can make an allegation of an arrest or a charge, and whether it actually happened and through the court system is a whole other ballgame, right?
Because it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt, Right.
So the answer is usually the clearest way that I know of is I know someone in my family that it actually happened to, where police officer saw it, right? Boom. Mm-hmm. But the answer to your question is if there's a crash, they can, if you hire a lawyer that knows what they're doing, or if the police agency has the time and effort to do it or necessary to do it, most of the computers onboard systems can tell that information.
Well, let me ask something. As an attorney,
like Apple CarPlay, right? While you're driving, it's recording the data, and it knows that while you're texting, you can pull a download. There's a thing called a Bosch, BOSCH download machine. And other than Tesla and a few other manufacturers, that machine can hook up to the ECM module that's usually right there on the left side, underneath the steering. I mean, average Joe can do it. I mean, we have machines in our fleet. All our investigators have it. They go to the tow yard, and if there's a high enough impact, usually 10 miles or higher, that black box basically is what it is, records the data. But in terms of the cause of the wreck, now that doesn't address your thing about how you get, a citation for it.
Do they have the right to confiscate your phone?
I don't know the answer to that question. They do have a right to demand that it be preserved. I honestly, I will find that answer out for you, because I'll admit it, I don't know the answer.
Probably case by case. I don't know.
Yeah, because if you say you were texting and driving, right? Sometimes, or even drinking and driving, they tell you don't blow into the don't do a field sobriety test, or don't do any of that. Wait till you speak to a lawyer. So if you do get pulled over for texting and driving, does the officer have the right to confiscate your phone? And if that you kind of, that's a fine line.
No. Generally speaking, I would say no to that. But again, stay in your lane. A roofer's a roofer. A firefighter is a firefighter.
Case by case, right.
But that's a criminal law question, and I have a lot of partners that do that for a lot of reasons. I choose not to hang out with the criminales too much, but I prefer the true patriot that's just injured through no fault of his own and help that person, right? So that's why we've chosen to not do criminal law. However, I have about 10 partners across the state that do that, and I get those calls obviously all the time.
Well, because like as a defense attorney, an accident attorney, right? If someone's texting and driving, hits your client, right?
Right. So we're going after that all day long. There's a thing called that I can't answer. There's a thing called a spoliation notice, and basically what it is it's a demand, a civil demand to turn over the data and preserve it. And if it's not preserved, and there's a thing called a temporary restraining order, which we would get as if we were representing you and you were injured through someone that was texting. We do it on every big case. For example, if an 18-wheeler is in somebody, we got to have the ECM log, right? All the electronic logs of the hours, and there's just so much electronic data. So if you don't, because an insurance company will say, oh, it was a wreck, we're sorry. But what really happened causing that wreck, right? Was it something that was preventable, or was it just a dog ran out in the middle of the road and it's just an accident?
Yeah. What's the root cause?
And I'm going to go off on that right now. There's no fucking thing. There's no certain thing called an accident, right? It wasn't an accident. Texting and driving is a conscious decision to disregard the safety of yourself and others, period. So, and so I don't even like the word accident. Now we have to use that because it's used in our industry. So bottom line is texting and driving is more impairment than drinking and driving times 5 beers.
Wow. That's huge.
So we can shift to the bike build if you want when you're ready.
Yes, because the podcast, and let's give them a shout out. That podcast was so interesting yesterday. Give them a shout out. I don't remember the name. It was Road Guardians, or what were they called?
Yeah, it's called the Road Guardian Project. Road Guardians and Vicky and those folks that teach us ASM, the accident scene management courses all across the United States. They got Vicky won an SNS diamond cut engine last year at Sturgis, and then rather than use it for her personal gain, she decided to donate it to a new project. So then we hooked up with Athena and Vagabond and all these different, Easy Riders and all these different people, parts manufacturers from all over the United States. And of course, me as a title sponsor and saying, yes, let's go. And the goal is hopefully parts suppliers, we'll see, because there's some definite issues there already in the supply chain. But we'll make it. And it's going to be in Sturgis August 8th. And it's going to be a raffle for starting next week. Be on the lookout through, you can get on the Sturgis Hall of Fame Museum website, Facebook, whatever, and you can buy raffles to it. And the whole thing raises money for the 100th anniversary of the Sturgis Museum. That's the point of it. That's the long-winded answer. But we're going to finish the bike build. It's supposed to be finished late March. And then it's going to go up through the panhandle of through the central of Florida, because it's coming from Fort Lauderdale area. And then it's going to make stops along the way in different places that I know. We're going to plan out a whole map, and it's going to be different events and rallies and all kinds of things. And then it'll come to Beaumont, and then San Antonio, and then Austin, and then Dallas, and maybe to the 99. And
that'd be nice.
Yeah,
just maybe.
And all that.
And your very own Robert Howell, the award-winning painter, who just won some major awards down in Las Vegas. He is going to be the one who paints the bike, correct? Right.
So Athena at Vagabond Choppers is the builder, the frame, the engine, the transmission, all the parts, and he's doing the paint work. So the collaboration of the two of them, those are the main, and then other suppliers here and there are contributing this and that. There's different manufacturers for the transmission, the different manufacturers for the engine. The engine's already there. I actually unveiled it last week when we were down there. So yeah, we've got the engine. We're just waiting on some other parts right now.
I saw that video. When I go onto YouTube and I was looking at your podcast yesterday, there's like different segments. I saw the engine being pulled out of the box. So there's like segment 1, segment 2, and it's showing everything full steps, all the steps.
It's every Tuesday night at 8:00 at night on YouTube and a Facebook Live for Road Guardians. That's the name of it. And they're like next week, they've got all these, I think even the guys from Easy Riders are going to be in there in March, and different motorcycle celebrities that are involved.
Amazing.
Anyway, a bunch of the guys from the Daytona Bike Week are going to be there next 2 weeks from now, and just a whole host of different people to celebrate this wonderful project and really celebrate, the good part of our country,
Right,
and what
exactly.
the backbones of our country were built on, which was innovation, ingenuity, collaboration, magic, love, creation, and goodwill. So, it's a really exciting thing, and yes, Robert will be painting it, to answer your question.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the finished product. I know Robert is an amazing painter. He's a great artist. I see some of the hockey masks he does and the helmets he does. God, that guy has got so much talent. That's Sun God Graphics out in Austin. So if you need anything painted, go to Sun God Graphics. Talk to Robert Howell. I know he's busy, but you know what? You don't want your paint job done by anybody else because it's amazing. It is amazing.
It's actually interesting. We while I was there in Florida, I was there for another reason too. We did the motorcycle giveaway, and a guy in Orlando actually won it. So it was a 2024. What's the off-road type of Harley? Do you guys remember what it's called?
Off-road? That's out of my department.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I'll pull it up in a minute. I'm having a senior moment, right? So bottom line is it's one of the newest versions of the off-road Harleys that you can really take off grid, and they use for like these several 100-mile tracks, through like Big Bend off-road and things of that nature. It'll come to me in a minute, but yeah, it was good. We were able to give that away through the National Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers there in Orlando, and then I went down to Fort Lauderdale. But the point of the story is, it's just really good to see the way different dealerships interact, and I've had the privilege to see a lot of different dealerships. And of course, I'm looking forward to the next chapter with Texas Harley coming up soon.
We're going to be doing we'll talk about the ASM.
Yeah. So I did want to segue in a minute to one more very key topic that I hear about that I think would be informational to the viewers, if I could, about what happens when people are lucky enough to not have to have a surgery, but still need a lot of medical treatment. Can I go there?
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and we'll talk about the ASM and the injury. But let's do a quick drop, and we'll be back right after this.
Hi y'all, I'm Celeste, and I ride with the 99.
Hey, this is Tex McDormand with Octane Mania, and I ride with 99.
All right, and we're back. We just wanted a little quick drop. And I did that for you, Pipple. I did that for you because she's jonesing the but I did that for you.
Thanks.
I'm like, I see her like bringing a vape to her mouth. So yeah, Glenn, two big things that you got to talk about is the accident liability and the ASM. So wherever you want to start.
Well, what I wanted to do is just to address something that I hear a lot when related to a person's decision to hire a lawyer. And a lot of people have had negative experiences with legal professionals over their life. And so there is a natural hesitation sometimes, or really more of a denial that they just don't want to do. Like, I'll be all right, whatever, I'm just glad I'm alive. Those types of feelings of hesitation to call an attorney. And a lot of it is related to the overarching cost of medical care. And so the common question is, hey, I'm not sure I can afford the medical treatment that I do need for this shattered shoulder. And I just won't hire, I just will let it go, and I'm just going to deal with it because there's a fear of the cost of the medical bills. And there's a very quick, easy answer to that. Hire a personal injury attorney that knows what they are doing, because those of us who know what we are doing, we have networks of providers who will agree to help you with some understanding that eventually they will get paid. But for better words, most of us have our own health insurance networks with a whole host of providers that will help you and not, they will be paid, but they don't have to be paid right up front. And they'll work with the case. And they're very good doctors. There's a lot of myth from the bad guys, the insurance company, that those are a bunch of, idiot doctors, and they don't know what they're doing, all that kind of stuff. But that's not true. In fact, if you were to look at my list of orthopedic surgeons here in Dallas-Fort Worth, 6 out of 10 of them are Cleveland Clinic trained.
I can actually test to my husband going to doctors that you've recommended for his case, and he's gotten tremendous care. He's actually at therapy right now.
Yeah. And, always feedback, right? Nobody's perfect, right? Sometimes it's the right fit. Sometimes it's not. Best example I can give to you is there was a young man down in San Antonio several years ago that's road rash from his face all the way down to, all the way down, right? And he needed major plastic surgery. Okay. Now the case, we were able to work the financing out and the money part of it and all of that. And that kid got, quite a bit of plastic surgery and he had no health insurance, 0. Right. And we were still able to make it happen and everything like that. So please don't let the fear of medical cost, be the reason why you don't get compensation. That's the message. Hire a lawyer day one.
Yeah, that's important. And hire a lawyer before you speak to your insurance company.
Yes.
Make sure you contact the lawyer before you, because they will sway you. They will do everything they can to not pay out or to not help you out. So speak to an accident injury attorney before you speak to your insurance company.
I'm gonna give one example. Today I got a call from a lady and her husband in San Antonio that were injured. He was injured pretty severely, and turned out that the driver, he was a passenger in a work van, and it was more of a workers' comp thing, right? Because the driver was at fault, and so it was definitely more on the workers' comp side, not on a personal injury. Both are injury, but different. And in that case, the workers' comp insurance was literally telling the person, because I heard the recording, you're not allowed to hire a lawyer in the system, workers' comp system. And look here. Now, look, I'm not going to get political on it, but they were Spanish speaking, and the damn insurance company was preying on that.
Oh,
okay.
Yep.
So
no bueno.
The insurance companies, just like they do bikers, they profile. So if you're John Smith, MD from Plano, they're going to talk to you a different way. Then they have these algorithms that they know how to entice you. Right. Drug dealers. Okay. And so like the guys up in, a person that makes, 7 figures income, they'll be like, hey, sorry, this happened. We'll make it easy for you. And, here's $10,000 and go away. Right. Versus someone that is not educated or they think is not educated, even though
doesn't understand the law,
runs a bus, versus the guy that works in the knife or the surgeon is probably more educated, but that's a whole nother conversation. They pray and pray. They have all these crazy screwed up algorithms, including intentionally creating lobbyist movements to pass laws that are not related to biker safety. Okay. So, including I don't want to get into it too much, the profiling databases that we all know about.
Now, Glenn, will they use scare tactics like, hey, if you contacted a lawyer, like with a workman's comp case, well, if you contact a lawyer, then you're not getting, we can't file as workman's comp and you won't get paid and stuff. Do they use those scare tactics?
That's one of the most egregious ones I've ever heard in a long time. It's more about urgency, right? Like, hey, sign here, or a non-disclosure, not quite covering. Oh, we'll make it like, oh, we're your friend. Here's 12-year-old. Here's a pack of smokes. I mean, I don't know, right? Whatever, right? So they'll just kind of like,
go.
Oh, it's not so bad. Your day, I'm sorry, you're crying. Here's a cigarette, that kind of stuff. But the bottom line is they'll do everything they can to make it, quote, easy for you, or they'll do denial and just won't call you back ever. That's the more common approach. But it's not that they're too busy. They're literally intentionally delaying, period.
Sounds like a bad relationship.
When you
Just
get when
ghosting you, not responding.
like, for example, in our firm and most injury firms, when a caller calls us and they say, I've got the claim number and I've got an adjuster and I've already kind of got it set up and it happened 2 days ago, whatever, right? When we send in a letter of representation, that adjuster immediately gets reassigned. Okay. Because the attorney, not always, but a lot of insurance companies have different departments that deal with us or the lawyers, because the junior people, we'll push them around and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
You're fighting for your client. You're fighting for the rights of your client.
It's just, there's so many weird tactics. I could go on and on and on. The stuff I've seen. I mean, like in the 70s, they would literally show up with a briefcase of cash and say, look right here, kind of thing. And, they don't do that now, but guess what they do? That little text, right? Oh, sign here for your car, car settlement. But they don't tell you that it's a property damage. I mean, literally probably 10 times a year, I get somebody, hey, I broke my leg, blah, blah, blah. And, but I signed this document. I thought it was for my car, but they're saying that it's for everything. And there's not much I can do at that point. I've got out of those on a few occasions, but it's a big fight to get out of the deal.
The main point is contact Glenn Lawson Law and the Biker Wolf Pack 737.
It's not illegal to get a lawyer.
737 Wolf.
Do not try to fix your broken pipes if you're not a plumber, right?
That's right. That's right. You want to talk a little bit about the ASM class? What goes over on it? Because one thing that I forgot Vicky maybe brought up yesterday on a podcast was that you could be riding for 20 years, 25 years, think you know everything. I've seen crashes. I've been here, I've been there. But you know what? If you haven't taken one of these accident scene management classes, you actually don't know everything. You think you know everything, but you don't know everything. These are certified experts that are coming in that are going to teach you the right and wrong way to do it, and possibly save a life and keep somebody else from getting hurt. So, I mean, you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Sure. Let's keep it simple. The risks that are out there for one day and maybe between $20 to $80, you might be able to save your own arm, your own leg, your own neck, your own life, or your friends or someone else's, just for one afternoon.
Right.
So, is it, and I think a lot of it is that there's a misconception that, what is it? So my personal mission is to kind of give more information about what it really is. It's not a first aid course. It's way more than that. Best way I can explain it is it's I could just, think about my daughter who lives in Vermont, and up there, the game wardens and other people, they have a sort of first responder program for wilderness, for hikers and things of that nature. And so there's volunteers that have a certain type of training that can go to help a stranded, a person in the wilderness to, disable or help their shoulder, whatever, something to make them stable. Right.
Right.
And then there's a lot of fear about, I don't want to get involved at the scene of a wreck because I might get sued. And then none of that's really true, right? There are some ways you can get sued for that stuff.
If you're grossly negligent.
It doesn't happen, right? It's just,
if you're confident, and you'll be confident with the class, and you get the confidence from the class, then you feel you can attack that. But if you don't have that confidence, then
and
use your judgment.
Like you could have a police officer, who may know how to control the scene of a motor vehicle crash, but maybe doesn't know how to control the scene of a motorcycle crash. And so there's a lot of misconceptions on how to manage the scene of a crash and how to direct traffic. And it's usually wrong if you don't know what you're doing. And you're actually causing more safety problems than not. And, a couple of examples of actual things that are taught: how to put tourniquets on, how to assist them, how to do them, how to remove helmets and not break your neck. When to do it, when not to do it, how to have a plan when you're in a group ride. Okay, you're on you're on scene prevention, you're on first aid, you're on calling the people, whatever, some little plan. And it's
This
really,
way everybody knows their role.
you get not one of those patches, but you get a patch, right? You get a little patch thing, and you get a stuff.
Like a Boy
Isn't
Scout.
there,
You
like-
get a Boy Scout patch.
Yeah,
But isn't there training in the class too? Because I mean, a lot of people do ride by themselves, so this is like life-saving stuff. If you're by yourself,
yes,
you'd be able to manage, or
And you
I don't
don't
know if
have
right
to-
word I want to use, but
in every class that we teach, there's probably 10 or 12 people that know each other, they're friends or whatever, but there's people that the best is when they literally bought that motorcycle like that day or within that month, and they realize they have an ethical and, in my opinion, moral obligation to themselves and their family to do it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to ride, especially in metroplex areas like this, boy, you better know that stuff. And
I was out on my trike in the snow.
in some states, they actually, as you all know, there's a lot more oversight in obtaining a motorcycle license, and in some states it's super easy, right?
yeah.
Right.
But in some
What'd you think about Sideshow going out in the snow on his trike?
I think it was amazing.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I was doing
Why not?
donuts with it, man.
He's like, call me.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'll cover
right?
you.
I was
It was
waiting
fun.
to like pull a sled behind it, like some kids.
I was
on
like,
it.
you know what? I was like, screw it. And that's what I did. I drove down to my grandkids' house a couple of blocks away, and I was like, come on, man, put the sled on the back. I'll take you out.
That is fun.
It was a lot of
He's a
fun,
great
man.
neighborhood
And,
for
that's
that,
the
too.
that's the beauty of having a trike. I would have never tried it on 2 wheels, but on 3 wheels, hell yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I really liked
It was a lot of fun.
But yeah, so basically all I'm saying is please, if you haven't taken one of those classes, please sign up. Doesn't matter. Go to Road Guardians, or there's a whole bunch of other agencies that teach these things. And they're actually taught by nurses or trauma nurses usually, or sometimes doctors. And so there's a lot of medical knowledge that you learn, and it'll be very, very helpful for you.
Well, Glenn, thank you so much once again for taking the time and being here today with that nice, cozy fire behind you.
Where are you at?
Um,
Are you at home or where are you at?
I'm in my house. Yeah.
This is your house?
Mhm.
I like it.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of law. That's a lot of law cases. Yeah, no.
Man cave.
Yeah, no. It's always a pleasure, Glenn. And that's Glenn Lawson with the Biker Wolf Pack. That's 737 the Wolf.
Thank you.
737 the Wolf. If you have any accident, it doesn't have to be on a motorcycle. It could be a slip, trip, and fall. It could be anywhere. Make sure you call Glenn Lawson, 737 the Wolf, and get yourself covered. Call Glenn before you call your
We'll be
insurance
here
company.
next week, but the week after I'll be back. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it. And I'd love to touch base with you guys about bringing in some more people from the bike build. They'd love to talk to you guys and be on the show.
Yep, we'd love it. We'd love to cover it and show the progress. That'll be great.
Mhm.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Glenn. Take
Talk
care,
to you
man.
later.
You have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Glenn Lawson with Glenn Lawson Law and the Biker Wolf Pack. We're going to take a quick break, and we are going to bring in your friend, Rhonda Crowders. Is it?
Sure.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Sure. right after these messages.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe, and somebody did a suicide left in front of me, and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing, tragically, my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time in their life, which is their recovery. You know, my biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time. And even if you can't do that, attend our events. You know, attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. You know, those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
My name is Carol Stemp, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You can watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Jazz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. Wear it.
Hey, welcome back.
girls.
Welcome back to the 99% Radio Network. And I love that drop. I love Chaz's energy in that drop, man. It just really, he is so energetic. And this is radio for a reason. We're all about community. We are all about doing community projects and supporting those who give back to the community. I want to welcome Rhonda. Thank you for joining us, Rhonda. You got a beautiful background back
Looks
there.
like a little snow bunny right
I know,
there.
where are you?
Yes, thank you for having me. We do. I am at the American Legion Post 231 on Lake Texoma. So that is the lake.
Ooh,
That is beautiful.
we
Yes,
need to get
thank
out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, you have just the event to get us out there coming up, right?
Yes, we do.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So the Ladies Auxiliary, every year we help with a cancer research benefit. And this year it will be February 6th and the 7th. And the theme is Mardi Gras. So on Friday night, we will have dinner at 6, burgers and fries, $7. And then following that, we'll have a live auction. That's how we raise most of the money to donate to research for cancer. And then following that, we will have a style show. And the theme again is Mardi Gras, the King and Queen of Mardi Gras. And then Saturday the 7th, we'll have dinner at 6. And if you pre-buy your ticket, it's $20. It'll be jambalaya, garlic bread, salad, and king cake. And then we'll have a band following that, Black Betty.
Ooh, I like
that
all
sounds
of that.
amazing.
Yes.
Jambalaya, Black Betty. I'm digging that.
Yes.
Now,
And the
the money
location
raised-
is beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It is really gorgeous. Now, see, with the American Legion halls and the VFW, you got to remember, folks, these are all self-supporting entities. They don't get government funders. So these fundraisers really keep those doors open for our U.S. veterans, past and present, that have served so well and kept this country alive. So I want to thank you, Rhonda, for what you're doing for the American Legion, all the women that are doing it for the American Legion halls. That is amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you. The Ladies Auxiliary, we also support St. Jude's, and we help Women Rock, which is a local community or a local business for breast cancer. And then we help any local family going through cancer. If they need any kind of help, we help them. So
That's amazing.
we're very involved.
Yeah,
I got
be
some
sure to
pretty
send us-
cool
send
friends
us that
down
link.
Sideshow.
Send us that link to Women's Rock, and we'll put it on our website as well. Because that is so important. When you talk about women who are battling cancer, with breast cancer, they go through their medical treatments, their chemo, their radiation, whatever they're going through, but and I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but as a man, women love a clean house. A man couldn't give a shit. The house could be dirty, but a woman likes a clean house. And, sometimes they're not going to be up to cleaning the house or making dinner for the family. So what your organization does is help them get through that. Maybe send in a cleaning company to do a little cleaning and do the dishes and vacuuming, or maybe cooking a meal or something, or coming in and giving them a manicure to make them look pretty again, so when they're going through their medical issues.
Uplift.
So,
yeah,
it's an uplift. So what you're doing is amazing. I love you guys for that.
Yes, that's amazing.
Because so many women are battling out there.
Yes.
Women.
Women.
Yeah, and men, but and what you guys do is, but what you're doing is you're letting them focus on the healing and not worry about the other stresses in the home life.
Do women get it? I know this is probably a dumb question, but it just sounded stupid that saying that. And you said men get it too, so men get breast cancer as well.
Oh yeah,
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
They can.
So,
Okay.
and so we're very thankful for all of the local businesses. They've donated, they've sponsored. You brought up housekeeping. Seven Sisters is one of the sponsors, and they have donated a house cleaning for the benefit. So come to the live auction. That's really how we raise the money to help with the cancer research. And bid high. It's going to be at 133 Army Avenue in Pottsboro, Texas again, February 6th and the 7th. So dress up, dress crazy, come have fun, come support cancer research, and come eat a lot of food.
Is there going to be some beads and
There
beads
will
going
be
on?
beads. There will be beads. Yes.
There'll
And the
be
style
beads.
show will be fun. We need people to volunteer for the style show. If you want to
Ooh.
dress up, if that's your thing, let me know.
Oh, that's
Yes.
the thing. Pitbull loves to dress up.
I know.
I know.
She
I need her.
knows. Yes.
There are all those Battling Betties out there, out in Texoma, and get the Battling Betties crew starting to help out those vets.
Yes. Yes.
I'll have my dad in town too. Because
Yeah,
that's
there you
a
go.
Bring him.
Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, there
Well,
you
if
go.
you bring him, I can house you.
All right. Well, Rhonda, thank you so much. We do appreciate everything you're doing for our veteran community. And it's what you're doing is inspiring others to jump on and come out and help in either the VFWs or American Legions and helping out our veterans who've given so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
You're
Thanks,
very
girl. And I'll
welcome.
post up
All
the
right.
flyer of the event and put it on our page as well for you guys.
Did I
Awesome.
have?
Thank you so
Let me see if I have that. Hold on. Let me see before you go. Let me see if
I sent it to you. There we
Oh,
go.
Here it
There it is.
is.
There it is.
Yay.
Yep.
Yes.
I just can't see it with my eyes. So
All
that's the event. The American Legion, for those who are listening, American Legion 231 Cancer Research Benefit, February 6th and 7th. Go there, join them, and help support our veterans and the local American Legion chapter. So
Get some
thank you so
jambalaya.
much.
Yes.
Jambalaya.
All right.
I
I'll
love
see
me
you
some
then.
Creole food.
All right.
We'll see you then. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Rhonda.
All right.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
girl.
Stay warm. Stay
Okay.
warm. And
Bye.
enjoy that beautiful view.
Yes. Come check it out.
All
Thanks.
right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care.
I
Pitbull
thought
is
she was like in Colorado or something. I'm like,
know.
where are you?
Texas.
Snowbird.
Speaking about Texas, our great state of Texas, and having so much pride in Texas, that's what I love what we do on this show. We uplift people, we bring people together for a cause, and our next guest is one of those people. So let me give her her proper introduction.
I feel like I need to go.
Everybody, please, look at that.
I love
Please welcome USOA
perfect.
Miss Texas, BreAnna Smith. Thank you so much,
can't hear
BreAnna,
him.
for joining us.
Can't hear him. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
You can hear
You
me.
can't hear me? You can't hear me?
Can you hear me? Well, welcome,
me now?
BreAnna Smith, Miss
Yeah.
USAO, Miss Texas. I had to go run and get my crown.
USOA.
Love your crowd.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah, you're
I'm out of breath. I had to run. I was like, let me go grab my crown. I have one. So I ran off real quick. And I'm out of breath.
Love your
right now.
crown. Yes.
I need a
my
crown.
was USOA Mrs. Texas. Yes.
USAO. That's what I said.
Well,
it is
thank you
so-
so much. BreAnna, can you hear me now? Can you hear me
I
now?
still can only hear you. No, I
You can only hear me.
you.
Oh, well, here
I
we
could hear
go.
him before my intro went, but then after it came back, I couldn't hear him anymore.
Okay.
Oh, well, you know what? Let me remove myself and then I'll come back.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well, I guess
No.
Pitbull, you're doing the interview.
I guess I'm
Anyway,
doing
good
the
for
interview.
you.
Well, welcome. I mean, we've done a few things together. You do a lot of charity work. I've super loved being around your presence. You have such a light around you. Tell us a little about some things that you're doing and what you're getting into this season with Miss Texas.
I can't
She's not
hear
hearing
either
me either?
one of you guys now.
Oh no!
Oh,
She can't hear either one of us now.
Let me remove her real quick and bring her back up. Let me see. Can you hear us now?
No.
You can't hear us?
Can you hear me?
Maybe. Yeah. Can
I
hear
can
you
hear you.
fine.
Let me try and take my headphones out, but I could hear you before.
Okay. Maybe it could be the Bluetooth. It could be the headphones. Put us onto the speaker on your let's see. Well,
Let me see. Can you
hear
talk?
you fine. Could hear
You
you
can hear
fine.
me. I still can't hear you though.
Oh no. Still can't
Do you
hear
want
us?
to go to a break and then?
Yeah, just text her. Tell her we're going to go to a quick break.
I'm going to reconnect my headphones. Give me just a second.
I'm gonna text
Okay.
you. I'm gonna text you.
She's just going to reconnect her headphones and then she'll come back on. So this is BreAnna Smith, the USOA Miss Texas. She was Miss Wise County, and she, this is and I can't wait for her to come back on so we can discuss the steps that it takes to become Miss Texas, and such pride in that. So let's take a quick break.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear
I
us?
still can't hear you. Oh my goodness, it was working just fine.
We're gonna take a break.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back while you fix that. Text her.
I text you. Check your phone.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick break. Hold on, we'll be back right after this as we fix the audio issues.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright,
You guys can hear me. I turned my headphones off.
with the radio up so loud they can hear us from miles. Me and you, nothing to do. These days they come and go. Me and you, nothing to lose. I feel it in my soul. So let's let the good times roll.
All right, we're back. BreAnna, can you hear us?
No, I can't hear you. I can hear the video playing, and I know you guys can hear me right now, but I can't hear you back.
Well, shoot. We can
Oh,
do.
no.
I'm gonna try one more thing.
Okay.
Because I thought I heard her in like the commercial break. I thought I heard her say the.
Well,
my
we can
headphones
hear
are
her,
off.
but
I
she
can
can't
hear
hear
you.
us. We can hear her, but she can't hear us. Can you hear us now?
Okay. I'm
No.
assuming you can hear me again.
Yep, we can hear you.
hear you.
Can you hear us? Text her that she may have to adjust settings on StreamYard to
What's
go
that?
to her Bluetooth. She may
Take
have
off
to adjust the
Bluetooth?
audio on her StreamYard. So, Pipple is texting you. Pipple is texting you. BreAnna, look at your phone.
I'm gonna jump out and jump back in.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we'll keep going. I'm gonna wait for her to text me back. That way she doesn't keep going
Just
back
tell her
and
she
forth.
has to maybe adjust her
I
audio
think
settings.
it's sometimes weird. Sometimes it goes to your default setting on your speaker, and you don't realize you have to go inside StreamYard, not on your computer.
Oh, she's back again. Let's see. Let's see.
And see if it will
can hear
do it
us?
through that way.
I hear you! Yay! Oh my goodness! I don't know what happened.
I was just saying, I had to learn it too because, like, there's your computer settings, and then there's inside StreamYard settings, and it's like,
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
working
welcome.
just fine until after I got let in from the waiting area.
Well,
I know. I heard you over the thing. I was like, I hear her. She's on, and then it went.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but thanks for having me and thanks for helping me work through that.
Hey, it's so weird.
Thank
It's
you,
all live
Miss-
and uncut.
Miss Texas BreAnna Smith, for really joining us. And when you couldn't hear us before, but we were talking about Pipple was going to start the interview, so Go ahead, people. I'm leaving it all to you.
No pressure or anything.
No
I
pressure.
all professional. But no, I was talking about how we've seen you a few times. I mean, we met at the celebrity softball challenge or softball game, and then we did the teddy bears with Tattoo Mark Foundation. That's where I kind of got to really get to know you. And then invited you on the show. So what are some other amazing things that you're getting into as Miss Texas?
I mean, a whole lot of everything, really. My platform as USOA Mrs. Texas is building bridges. So it's all about fostering community and building relationships with no boundaries. So I volunteer regularly at some assisted living facilities. This was my 4th year with the Celebrity Softball Classic, supporting our U.S. veterans. I do a lot of fundraisers.
Picture right there. There she is.
Yeah. Hey, that was with my local title. Yes, that was right before I won USOA Mrs. Texas.
Yep. That's you were Wise County, right?
I was USOA Mrs. Weiss County.
Yep.
I'm up in that county. Nice.
You know,
and you also have I didn't
softball,
know that you actually have a coffee company.
I do. Yeah, I own 2 drive-through coffee shops.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
I have my coffee set aside here.
Right?
I love coffee.
Yeah. There's not a minute of the day that I don't have my coffee.
I'm with you.
You need it for doing all the charity work and running around and taking care of all the kids and your grown man-child kid.
My 3rd child, yes. Yeah, there's no time to sleep, so I run on caffeine for sure.
Yeah. Let's reverse back to celebrity softball, because once again I got to give a big shout out to TK and bringing us all together, because I am amazed how a softball tournament with all our celebs and athletes and community supporters come together on the one field, and it's family, and it's just grown. And me and Pitbull have met so many amazing people through that one charity event that has just blossomed into a great networking system. Now we could help even more people.
Mm-hmm.
What got you involved in the celebrity softball tournament?
So I have a little bit of a unique backstory that has really helped bridge me into all of the community service that I do. My husband, Jared, and our relationship was built on service. Our first date was actually to Seattle Children's Hospital. He said he planned that just to test me out before he wasted any time, to see where my heart really was. I don't know, it sounds a little cliche, but from there, it really just built. My husband's a former NFL player. So, spending our years in the NFL opened up so many amazing doors for us to be able to give back to our community. And I've competed in pageants my entire life, so it's just second nature to me to go out and give my time to other people that need it. And so the Celebrity Softball Classic, Jared met TK at an event and introduced me to him as well, and it's history ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about Jared real quick, because he also came out to do the teddy bear. Let me get that picture up. The Tattoo Mark Teddy Bear Foundation, where we went to different hospitals and delivered teddy bears to all the sick children, and everybody looks great in that picture.
That was a great day. That was one of my first appearances after winning USOA Mrs. Texas.
That was amazing. It brought tears to my eyes. That was my first year doing it. It brought tears to my eyes. It was an emotional roller coaster that whole day.
Yes. That's the kind of stuff that Jared and I are used to doing. I mean, we did almost weekly visits when we lived in Seattle to Children's Hospital, and our nonprofit foundation is built in honor of a little girl that we met during one of our visits, and we just became extremely close with her and her family. So that was something that was extremely important to us. And so when we got invited by Tattoo Mark to go out and help that day, of course, it was a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the babies were like in awe with the crown. She would walk into the room and the babies were just like about that crown. It was great. Her crown and the Belle costume.
I was going to say Belle was quite the favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
It was just such a great, inspirational day. Big shout out to Tattoo Mark, who put this together. Now he's up to, I think, 24 different children's hospitals throughout the state of Texas. Janie Balderas is now going to take some in Austin, and I think he flew out to California to do a couple more.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
These little acts of kindness really inspire other people to do more in their community when they see the the faces and it's not even with the kids, because some of the kids were really, really sick. They didn't even know we were there. But the parents, it gave them such a heartwarming relief to say somebody cares about my child other than me. You know, the nurses and doctors are all great, but for us to go in there, just strangers, and say we're here for you, and the parents just loved it. It was such a relief for them, and
they'd have their little outfits. They're like, "Let me get him in a little outfit real quick. I want a picture." And we're like, "Yeah, whatever you want to do."
Yeah, you said it perfectly. You said they're surrounded every day by just doctors and nurses, which they are, and so their daily lives are just talking about their health and what they're in the hospital for, of course. So to have just a normal person walk in and have a conversation with them outside of what they're faced with every single day and just be relatable to them is such an incredible thing for them to be able to receive. And so, I mean, to all the groups that volunteer at the hospitals, it's an amazing thing. And I mean, truly, like I said, we've had the honor to get to know people on a personal level outside of that, and to hear and understand the impact that just a simple visit and just showing up does for them is amazing.
And your husband, I got to say, is also a big kid.
He
because
is.
When and I'm going to tell a quick story, but like when we got into the hospital, he was the first one to grab the cart and wheel the kids around and the teddy bears around. And then when we took a little break for lunch, and we were just going to sit down and have our lunch before we went to the next hospital. And Jared took off. We went to Dave & Buster's, and he went right off to the claw machine. He wanted to win something.
Yeah.
I said, God bless you, BreAnna.
Yes, it's one of our favorite things to do with our two daughters is to go to the arcades and play games. And I mean, when we drop the kids off at school, sometimes we'll selfishly have a little date day at the new bowling alley that opened up out by us. They have an amazing arcade on the other side of their bowling alley. And so we'll drop the kids off at school, and him and I will just go play games for a couple of hours.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah.
So, but you both have very tight schedules with you as USOA Texas, Miss Texas, and him doing the other things plus the coffee shop. Time management is got to be tough juggling all that around.
It is. I get this question a lot. And honestly, we just strive to be very intentional with our time. There's nothing that we put our time and efforts into that doesn't touch deeply and hit personal for us. So that allows us to make sure that whatever we're putting ourselves into, we're giving it our all. And we're not going to say yes to something if we can't give it 150%. So whether it's to ourselves and our marriage, which of course came first and allowed us to build what we have, or to our two daughters, or now to my title as USOA Mrs. Texas, and his job. I mean, we love every single thing that we do, which is what allows us to show up and just give it our all.
Yeah. Now, USOA Texas, Miss Texas, you went from Miss Wise County,
yes,
right, to Miss Texas. The next step is
what is
there?
It
is right, Miss America.
Yeah, nationals. I am
Nationals.
prepping. So USOA is the name of the organization I'm a part of. It's United States of America's Pageant. So I am prepping for nationals. It is in Las Vegas at the end of March. So I'll get to step on a national stage with the title of Mrs. Texas across my chest. And I mean, this is a dream almost 10 years in the making. So to finally be here and to finally feel like God knew that this is where I needed to be right now is just phenomenal. So, I mean, 200% of everything I have is going into prepping for nationals.
Yes, I've seen you like doing your workouts and stuff and prepping with, all the crown, I don't know, whatever goes with it. I'm so tomboy.
You know what? I actually am a huge tomboy. So I grew up a tomboy. Competing in pageants is like my alter ego that a lot of my closest friends and family didn't even know that I did. So the first time they find out about it, they're like, "What do you mean you do pageants?" I'm so like, "What?" So
I think that's a Texas chick, though. Texas chick can do both. You can wear the high heels and the boots.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. Yeah. And who says an appearance can't be going and doing a mud run and helping raise money for a charity, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. As long as it's raising money for charity, that's great. It doesn't matter.
That's right.
Mud or sunshine. It's all about giving back.
Yeah. I'll probably take the crown and sash off for that one, but I'll take some photos before I get all dirty.
No, what age
you need like a rubber crown?
What got you into doing the pageant? Because I know it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication. you were young. You were like 5 years old when you started, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I've been competing in pageants since I was 5 years old, and I've won many different titles. And when Jared and I met, I was actually Miss Washington through a different pageant organization. And yeah, I've just built on it from there. It sounds really cliche, but I really truly just have a servant's heart, and nothing makes me happier than knowing that I am possibly making a difference in somebody else's life. I'm very blessed. So to be able to give back to somebody else in a time of need, it motivates me, and it helps keep me going.
Yeah, and that, you know, we try to break the stigma in the motorcycle community with the leather jackets and everything else. And you are actually breaking the stigma for the pageants, because you're showing, you know, you're not just opening up supermarkets like this. Oh yeah, we're gonna have this person just open up a supermarket. You are out there every day giving back to the community, giving back to our veterans, giving back to our first responders, to our sick children. It is a full-time job that you are doing as representing the state of Texas. And that is amazing. So, you know, for those who think that, oh, beauty pageants or this pageant or that pageant, it's just a bunch of pretty girls out there doing their thing. All of these girls give their all, but they give their all behind the scenes. The stuff that the media doesn't really pick up on. You know, when we went out and did that, when we went out and did Tattoo Mark's the teddy bear drive, we didn't have media there. We didn't have anybody taking pictures or doing it for publicity. These men and women do it out of their heart. Like you said, a servant soul. And that's what you did it for. You didn't do it for publicity. You did it for somebody else, giving back. And that's what's beautiful about it.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes that I've learned over the years is a person's true character shows when the spotlight's not on, right? So what does that mean? It means, what are you doing when nobody's watching? And are you only doing good just because the camera's rolling or whatever it is? And one of the reasons I truly love the USOA system is their motto: empower, inspire, uplift. Those are things that I'm doing every single day in my life through being a small business owner, having our nonprofit, spending time at assisted living facilities, whatever it is. Those are things I'm already doing. And now I have the opportunity to be able to do that on a national stage. And I'm so excited.
Oh, we're excited for you. I mean, you know, I can't wait to see them announce you as Miss America in Las Vegas.
My title will be United States of America's Misses. So that will be the national title.
Yes.
Now, with that, I went on to the USOA website.
It's a
now there's
twister.
Miss. I know, it's just hard to say. There's Miss MISS, and then there's Mrs. MRS. Right?
Yes.
What is the difference? We
have four different age categories. We have a teen division, we have a Miss division, which is unmarried. We have a Ms division, which is the next step up from a Miss, and then we have the Mrs., which is for married women. And one of the things that I absolutely love about being a Mrs. in pageantry is we're seasoned. We've had the opportunity to live a little bit more life than what I had lived previously as a girl, as a Miss competing in pageants, right? So where I think that benefits me is being able to be more relatable to the people that I'm put in front of every single day. You know, at the end of every single day, I'm going home to my husband and my 2 children, and we have hurdles and speed bumps that we have gone through in our life. And whether they're the same as what you're personally going through or not, I'm able to relate to the people that I'm put in front of and be able to have real life conversations, whether it's about something positive or something hard that they might be facing.
Yeah, without a doubt. And the inspiring part about it is a lot of people do not know time management. So for you, with a husband, 2 children in school, you know, a household to run, because your husband's a big child in itself.
He is my biggest child.
Running the business.
He helps her with your TikToks.
You know, I'm sure there's somebody out there going, well, I just don't have time to do this. I don't have time to give. I don't have time to do this. When you look at you and go, man, there's always time you can make to give back to the community. And you've proven that time and time again. You know, it doesn't matter how much stuff's going on in your life, you still carve out that little piece for community, which is wonderful, you know, and that's inspirational to all men and women out there. So who say, I don't have the time to do that, which actually you do. You have a full-time job. You run 2 coffee shops. I mean, God, you run more than we do. And we're like, oh my God, we don't have time to do stuff. But you really proved that you do have the time if you really have the heart in it to do it.
Yeah, nothing can outwork passion. I mean, you can be willing to put the work into anything, but you cannot outwork somebody that's truly passionate about what they're doing. And I'm truly passionate about everything that I put my time into.
So
You gotta have a big heart to be Miss Texas.
For sure. Yeah, everything's bigger in Texas.
well, I'm going to be prejudiced here. It's got to be the most honorable state to be Miss Texas. I mean, yeah, you can be Miss Maine or
Rhode Island.
or Rhode Island, small little places. But to be Miss Texas, that's got to be like, that's Miss America already. You know?
There is something truly empowering behind the state of Texas. So I don't know if I just, because it's so much bigger and I have way more miles in area to cover or what, but there's a certain punch behind that word for sure. No pressure or anything.
No. It is a proud thing. It is a proud thing. But like I said, you still devote your time to family. And I wish I would have been able to upload the video from your Facebook of your husband swinging you around with the phone in his mouth.
That's what I keep picturing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I looked at that and said, look how much fun they're having. Look. And I watched you guys look at each other in that video. And if anybody gets a chance to go onto our website and take a look,
yes,
I mean,
follow her.
the love that was there, the love that's there is just like, there's no stress. I mean, I'm sure you have stress, but you carve out the time to have fun with you and your husband for family time. And that's the most important.
Yes, I have an amazing hair sponsor that helps me cover up my grays because I definitely have the stress. But I mean, it's so true what you're saying. For me, it's extremely important not to lose who I was before I was USOA Mrs. Texas, right? So what was I? I was a wife and I was a mother and of course many other things, but I really try to incorporate my family into everything that I do. And we want our girls to learn by the example that we're setting. I mean, at the end of the day, they're really the main reason I do all of this because I want them to have a good example and a good role model. Unfortunately, in today's world, it's kind of hard to find somebody good that you want your daughters to look up to. So instead of worrying about who outside of my house they're going to look up to, I said, why not be that person myself? So my daughters and my husband are very involved in everything that I do, any appearances or volunteer work. If they can go, they're right there with me. Traveling across the state and going to do things, they're right there with me. We're loading up the camper and we're turning it into a family weekend trip. So my oldest daughter, her favorite thing.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, exactly. my oldest daughter, her favorite thing to do with me is to go play bingo at the assisted living facilities. So she's gotten to know a lot of the residents and they know her. And so we show up for bingo and I mean, she takes off. It's like, Mom, who?
It's not like the Landman bingo, like the show Landman when you guys do.
No. Yeah, I'm very competitive, so I make sure that I just walk around and help all of them play. But my daughter pulls up a chair, she grabs as many boards as they'll let her, and she's there crossing out all of her numbers.
It was fun, man.
You know what you're doing? You are really, but you're inspiring your children to be better citizens, better people. You're making them strong, resilient, and teaching them about humanity, which, instead of sitting on social media or playing video games, you're showing them that there are other people in the world that need us, and I don't know, I'll bring her up, patriotic Barbie, Lindsey Graham, she's amazing. She was on the show, and another inspirational woman who has so much on her plate, but dedicates so much to her family time. And you both have proven that with the right passion, you can do anything. Everything is possible.
For sure. Yeah. And obviously there's plenty of things that I do that aren't appropriate for my kids to go to, but why live two separate lives when I can combine them, right? So all of my worlds, they all come back and they combine in one way or another. So for me, I found my common denominator between everything I do. It just boils down to people and spending time with people. And that includes my family, it includes people in my community or strangers. I've never met a stranger though. So,
So what are some of the things that, some of the responsibilities of Miss Texas? Let's share that with the folks to show how much is on your plate each and every day. What are some of the responsibilities that you have to take care of each and every day?
Yeah, so I actually want to rewind to something that you said earlier. You were talking about how from the outside, people think that pageant girls are just people that show up and look pretty for pictures. But Another reason I love the United States of America's pageant system is that 20% of our score in order to win a title, whether it's your state title or now for me, the national title, is your community involvement. It's your brand representation. Are you a good representative for their organization? So they're constantly watching you to see what you're doing and how you are representing them. And I love that. I mean, to go back to, the quote that I told you earlier, I love that they want somebody that is going to be involved, whether it's, a couple times a week or whatever it is, but they want someone that's giving back and that's working hard to represent them and represent their communities.
Yeah. And in a current state of like global that we have right now, bringing back that humanity and that social network and kindness and loving and God and faith and everything else, bringing that back to other people, that just shows that, what we see on the news is 1% of what's going on. There is not, I think we lost her. The USOA just shut her down.
Denied.
Maybe
she just got the shock news like I did. They just canceled school again tomorrow.
Oh, well, she'll be back on. But, and she'll tell us about her, let's see, where is she? Let's see. We'll get her back on in a second as soon as she kicks back on. The weather has been sketchy all around. So,
yeah, they
internet
just
connections are a little difficult. But she is, I mean, Pipple, you have, she's back on. Hold on. Welcome back. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
All right. And that's what it's all about, and like I look at everybody that was at Celebrity Softball, from Mario Cannon to Chaz to TK, everybody that was there. And the one common denominator that everybody at that Celebrity Softball game, and I don't care what religion you are or what God you preach to, everybody had faith. Everybody had faith in God or the whatever they pray to, had faith and believed in that. And that really bonded everybody. And it made everybody so strong. And you meet such powerful people, such inspirational people that are all out there in the community doing the right thing, such as yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. Like you said, whatever it is that you believe in is totally fine, but you have to understand that there is something far greater than us, right? I mean, like I said earlier, this title is almost 10 years in the making, and I thought I was ready 10 years ago, the first time that I signed up and I said, yeah, I'm going to be the next Mrs. Texas. But there was one thing that I learned to understand, or at least to accept over the years, is that God doesn't tell me no. He tells me not right now. I have something better. And I chose to hang on to those words. It wasn't that I couldn't be the next USOA Mrs. Texas. It was just that he wasn't done shaping me into who I needed to be to best represent the title. And apparently now's my time. So I'm running with it.
Time. Yeah. And November will be your time for Miss America.
There can be so many things for people when you put it like that. Like, don't be so defeated if you don't get it when you think you should get it. Like, you just weren't ready. It's time to keep molding. It wasn't your time yet, but don't get defeated. Don't stop. Keep going. You just weren't ready for that. So people need to think that. Don't be defeated when you don't get what you want.
Yeah, hearing no is never an easy thing. So, nobody wants to hear no, especially if you're somebody that pours your heart and your soul into something that you're working towards. I mean, getting the door shut in your face is not easy for anybody, but you just have to see past it. And that's one of the things that Jared and I have learned to really hang on to through our marriage. We've been married we're coming up on 10 years now next in March, and 13 years together. And we learned hard right out of the gate. After we got married, we started trying to have a family right away. And we unfortunately had 4 miscarriages and ended up having to do IVF to get both of our daughters. So, talk about just the struggle and being told no. That's hard
an example, right? I mean, that's right there.
Yeah, so we learned very early on to grasp onto something that was much bigger than us, right? So that has really helped us really just take a better approach at life, no matter what it is that we're facing.
We just got another inspirational guy who came on, just popped on, is Gilbert. Cash. And Gilbert is, he was another one who was on our show. He was, he does shows such as The Chosen and he runs like a male mentor league. We met some of the people from his group, and you listen to the stories, and you listen to, it's all about faith. It all comes down to, just believe in God, believe in that faith, and you'll get there. And you see that, and he's proven that time and time again. Just another example of, if you just believe, things could happen. Just maybe not right now, but they will. Be patient.
That's right. You're going to hang on to that now.
Oh, without a doubt. I've hung on to that, and I really, because I was never, and I'll say it, I was never a churchgoer. I was never somebody who was very big into religion. I grew up in New York with the Roman Catholic Church, so I had no idea what the priest was saying. It was all in Italian. And
Kneel stand. Kneel stand.
I got bored real quick. But, I came,
boarding school.
But believe it or not, I came to Texas, and right across the street there's a Baptist church. And I said, you know what? Me and my wife were like, let's go and just check it out. And, and the pastor or the priest, I don't know the exact terminology, but came out in a Rangers jersey. He came out in a Rangers jersey. But it was the words that he spoke. The words that he spoke were inspiring, uplifting, and it wasn't all about God. It was about looking into yourself and looking into your community and looking to other people and just giving back a little bit, and you will find a better light in yourself. So, it's just those words. It doesn't have to be something straight out of the Bible. It's just somebody else's inspirational words or actions that could make you a better person.
You said 2 key words. I'm going to say it again. The motto of the United States of America's pageant system: empower, inspire, and uplift. I mean,
I'm
3 main words to live by. You weren't even talking about the pageant, but there you go.
Yes.
It all ties together.
It does.
It all ties together. And
full circle.
That's, and that's what I love about the network that you guys have led us into. Me and people are just blessed to be part of this network and be part of, knowing everybody at the celebrity softball game and finding out how to be better people. And our show has changed. We've seen it in the 99% Radio Network. It's all about community now. It's radio for a reason. It is. We talk about the motorcycle clubs because they're very inspirational as well in what they do. But now we're bringing in foundations and organizations, and
it's
so
changed a lot of my views and faith lately. And since I've been on the show, because don't let all this, yes, I have a lot of skulls and darkness in my house, but I have wanted to feel more of a faith that hope for something and have passion for something, and it's starting to get more light in the positivity. You want more positivity in your life, and it always seems to be the people like Gilbert and you, and it's you're surrounding yourself around these people and they're all speaking positive words, and it's okay, well, bring it in, open the door, so I've been more open to it because I was raised Catholic. I was kind of not a good kid, so I got sent to boarding school, and
we all have our moments. It's okay,
all those things, and so it felt like Catholic school was shoved at me a little bit. So I had I don't want to do what they tell me to kind of attitude towards it for a long time until I started getting older. And now I got my kid, and it's meeting all these positive people around me. It's it's cool to be a Christian.
Yeah. When somebody's smiling at you, it's hard not to smile back, right?
Right. Positivity is contagious. It's contagious. Positivity is contagious.
It is.
If you just, like you said, smile, they're not going to frown at you and just be happy. Listen to positive thoughts each and every day. Your algorithm in your brain will switch to more positive stuff.
You start 100%. Seeing more positivity too out in everything instead of being so. I mean, I've never been one really to look at everything negative. I really wasn't like that ever. But you get a new light when you start looking at everything, and that you be grateful about everything. When you wake up, you're grateful about where you're at. You're grateful for your family, the health, everything, instead of going, oh, damn, everything's so hard. Well, what are you going to do about it? It could always be worse. That's what I tell myself. It could always be worse. No matter what I'm facing, I allow myself to feel those feelings and process whatever I'm through so that I can learn and grow from it. But I remind myself that it could always be worse. And I definitely live a blessed life to be thankful for.
Oh, what do we got here? We got where is it?
We got C Hobo on there.
Yeah, but like Grace of Coffee just tuned in. That's by Grace of Coffee.
That's the name of my coffee shop.
Yes. Well, they just tuned in.
They just chimed in.
And they said, my church experiences was horrible growing up. Haha.
Oh,
That's what you're.
I don't know who that is.
Someone hacked your account.
I know. I'm sitting here thinking, are they tagging me or are they logged in from my account? If so, I need to change my password.
They're at work. They just realized what they did, and they're like, "Oh no!"
I know. They're like, "Oh no, we're on the clock. Bree saw us. Hurry!"
She saw us live.
Yeah, busted.
Yeah, I saw it pop up. I'm like, oh, that's your coffee company.
Yeah,
Where
it
are
is.
your coffee drive-through coffee places located? Because I definitely want to come get some.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
please
think
do.
they meant it. Whoever it was, I don't think they meant it in a bad way. I think they meant
No.
it as,
No,
some
I
people
didn't
do
take
have
it that way.
horrible church experiences.
I did,
and it is.
but-
It happens. And what's the solution to that? Find faith in another church, because maybe that preacher is not touching you the way, not getting to you the way he's supposed to get to you, or saying it's not resonating with you. Maybe somebody else whose words will resonate a little better. So yeah,
That was I
one
agree.
size doesn't fit all.
No. And I think it's also perfectly acceptable to find your own faith outside of a church too. You don't have to physically be in a church to be able to believe in something and to have faith and, to do good in your community. So there's no rules.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
I agree with that 100.
Yeah, and
I don't really go anymore, but I do. I think about it. It's in my own self, my own. What are we laughing at?
it's your husband screwing around.
Oh,
my
Jared.
goodness. How is he logged into the coffee shop? I'm so confused.
He's lost.
Well, welcome, Jared, man. Thank you for
Buddy.
tuning in. I do appreciate that.
My oldest
Jared,
child right there.
your oldest child. He
Yeah.
got a hold of the
Is he
computer.
watching the kids?
He is. Of course, we're snowed in and, no school all week. So yeah, the girls and Jared are inside the house and I'm out in my office right now. And I said, don't bother me.
Nice. Yeah, I just got the notification that school is closing in tomorrow.
Oh,
wow.
I haven't seen that one come through yet. I've been waiting.
I'm in Northwest.
Okay.
Yay.
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about
Might
Miss.
as well just call the whole week off
Let's
at
talk
this
about
point.
your roles. Let's talk about your roles. Let's not talk about school or church.
Oh.
Let's talk about some of your roles that like I said, you got a full plate. What's a day in the life of Miss Texas?
Yeah, so right now I'm of course prepping for nationals. So every single day I still have to wake up a mom and a business owner and I work full time. But every chance I get, I'm preparing myself mentally and physically to be able to put my best foot forward. So I leave for nationals in less than 60 days. So it's a lot of time with my coaches, making sure that my message is ready to be represented in its best way, right? What is it that I need and want to say to prove that I am the best representative for this job? I am the best person to choose to be the next USOA Misses. So preparation with my coaches, practicing our walking for on stage. That's the hardest part for stage because you don't get to talk. You get to wear these amazing outfits to showcase your personality and who you are. But how do you do that without getting to speak, right? So that's always fun. And then, of course, preparing for interviews and being involved in my community. Like I said, they're watching us and seeing what we're doing. So I'm just doing what I do best and being present and showing up.
Bringing back that thing you said, walking on stage, and that brings me back to that Sandra Bullock. Remember when she played and she was with all the
Miss Congeniality.
Miss Congeniality.
Yeah.
Know,
describe your perfect date.
Yeah, a little hot and a little cold, and somewhere I could wear a spring jacket.
Right.
Walking on stage with all those people, and knowing the judges are there, looking at every single movement, got to be stressful. Oh my God, I can't imagine the stress level.
It is, like I said, thank goodness I have a great hair sponsor. Those gray hairs popping up. But it is, but it isn't. Of course you get nervous. I mean, I'm shaking in my 6-inch heels backstage before it's my turn. You're nervous because it's something that you care about, right? So I really channel that nervous feeling and I turn it into excitement and look at it more from a positive side. But you go out there and you hear your family cheer for you. The first time I heard my daughters in the audience yell, my youngest, who's only 3, actually it's her birthday on Monday, so she's turning 4.
Oh, happy
But
birthday.
oh, thank you. I'll tell her. But to hear them in the audience and to be able to stand up on that stage and represent every single person that's helped you get there, it's truly an empowering feeling. So, you're nervous backstage, but as soon as you take those first couple of steps, it's that all goes away and you're able to just soak it all in and take a look at everything that you did to prepare and to get yourself there. And there's no better feeling than to be on that stage.
I can't imagine. I've only done the couple pinup contests, and it's just a couple guys at a Harley Davidson.
Hey, I used to have a street bike,
Hey, nice.
All right.
But I get what you're saying. Like, you leave the stage, and it's like, oh my gosh, I just did that.
Yeah.
And
And,
you,
then,
like,
of course, as
kinda,
soon
like,
as you're
pumped
done, you
up.
want to go back out and do it again. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I give you
You're, like,
both credit
nervous
for
as
what you
hell.
do. Pipple, what you do is just as gracious, because it is hard to come out in front of people. I mean, you guys, it takes you 4 hours and you don't have a hair girl. You do your own thing.
The
But,
victory
I mean,
rules take a minute.
the Battling Betties all look beautiful. They all are all dressed to the nines. They come out and they give their best. They give their all. And the one
I've
thing
seen your photos.
you guys do, and you give your all. And here's another thing. It may not be on a national stage, but you are representing our veteran community. You are representing our men and women who fight for our country. So that is right then and there, man. That's exhilarating right there.
I think we might have to trade shoes one day. I think we should trade glam teams, and we should glam you up pageant style, and then you can glam me up for pinup.
Oh, she's loving that. She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to get her. I don't know. Let's try it.
You got it.
I mean, it's all about tight outfits anyway. I think I can handle it. And
Listen, I used to think, like I said, I competed in pageants my whole life, and I used to think that as soon as I got married, that dream was over, right? But again, I said one of the things about being a missus that I love the most is that I'm just more seasoned, right? I have more to share about life. So your dreams don't end just because you think you've passed a certain milestone, and I'm here to prove it.
I totally agree with that. In fact, none of these dreams of the podcast, the Battling Betties, didn't happen till my 40s.
See?
So
40 is the new 20. That's what I hear.
Yeah, it's never too late. And that's another thing you bring out. People get to a certain age and they're like, oh, my life is over. No, it's just beginning.
No,
It's just
100%. Yeah.
Right.
Your dreams
you're
don't
not-
end just because you hit a certain number. No.
Right.
They just get
you're
more
not
interesting.
done until they put you in the ground. That's it. You're not done until your heart stops
Have you met
beating.
my mother? You've met my mother.
She'll live forever. She's gonna live forever, your mom.
Yeah.
Speaking about podcasts,
Yeah.
you and Jared have a podcast together, correct?
Yeah, we do. We're still trying to get it up off the ground, but it's called The Playbook and the Crown. So it's a kind of a spinoff and a play on words of his former life and experience as an NFL player, and then of course my career in pageantry. But behind our podcast, the one thing that we strive for is to just be real people and transparent about everything that we've gone through in our lives. So we openly share our journey through IVF. We openly discuss, the daily life of a working parent and our struggles, and how important it is to focus on your marriage and, the person sitting across from you that helped you get to where you are, and so many more things. But yeah, it's definitely still a baby, but we're trying to get it up off the ground.
I'm picturing you guys in the morning, like with a game plan. You're like, Jared's like, all right, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Huddle up, family.
Yeah.
All right, break.
Yeah. Our podcast equipment is sitting right off to the side here. So when we put the kids to bed, we look at each other and we're like, are you too tired, or should we go out and do an episode? And a lot of the times it's no, I'm going to bed. When the kids go to bed, I'm going to bed because my days start very early.
Sheets, you're laying in bed, you got your sheets and your pillow, and you just sit there and talk like that.
Honestly, that probably, we may be able to get more episodes recorded if we did it that way.
Right?
Yeah.
I could definitely see that taking off, because him, the traveling you both do is probably crazy, especially when he was playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's flying all over the place. You're doing your pageants. That's got to be a logistical
Girls
nightmare.
don't know how cool you guys are yet. That's
I'm kind of hoping that they never really find out.
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever heard of like the celebrities? I think Carrie Underwood is one of them, or Kelly Clarkson. I think I've heard in an interview, they said that their kids would sing their music and didn't really know that it was actually their music or that they were celebrities. And I'm like, that right there.
Wild.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
if
your
Carrie
kids
Underwood
know?
was my mother, I'd be fangirling all day, every day.
If Snoop Dogg was my uncle, I tell you.
I would be planning a family reunion every other weekend.
Now your kids, I mean, like your kids are like, yeah, my mom's Miss Texas. My mom's Miss Texas.
So my youngest, I don't think truly understands. Like I said, she's 3, almost 4. My oldest daughter,
such a
Paisley,
normal outfit, doesn't she?
yeah, my youngest for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
They like to play pageant at home and they dress up and they practice their runway walks. But my oldest daughter, Paisley, she's 7 and she's definitely understanding and getting it. So she's starting to show interest and a couple of times has said, well, why can't I do a pageant? And so, you know, we've talked about it, but I need her to fully understand how much work goes into it behind the scenes. And then, and only then, when she truly understands and still wants to do it, will I let her do it.
Yeah.
But she really gets it. And she walks around telling people for sure. After I won my title and we went back to school in normal life on a Monday, she went to school and was telling everybody about it and wanted me to come to her school. And at the time it was softball season. So I was the coach of her softball team with a bunch of 7, 8-year-old little girls. And that was the day that I had gotten back after winning. And they made me go get my crown and sash out of the car.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
The one thing I like what you just said is you're not going to push your daughter into something that she's not ready for. And I think that is one of the best traits you have right there. And because so many parents, I want my kid to follow in my footsteps. But to make sure they're absolutely ready for not only the glamour aspect of it, but for the hard work behind it. So that's admirable. That's great. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Too many people push their kids into things that they're not ready for. Make sure your child is ready. I like that. That is great.
You're not getting a participation trophy here.
That's right.
No.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you know Jared and you know myself and a little bit of our history that we definitely don't walk that line of participation. So yeah, I mean, like I said, there's nothing that I do that I'm not extremely intentional and put 150% of myself into, and my kids will be the exact same way. So actually a story on that, a perfect example, my Paisley, my oldest, she had asked to play softball, and so I signed her up, and then we got a couple of practices into the season and she decided she didn't want to do it anymore. And I explained to her that she had a commitment not only to herself but to her team, and financially I was invested into her playing softball, right? And that was her choice. So I told her if she decided to step away from her responsibility that she was going to have to pay me back for what it cost me for her to play. And that changed her perspective and she finished out the season. So I was proud of her for making that decision. Good. Yeah. You have to attach some consequences to it, right? And get them to understand. And she's young. She's only 7 years old. So obviously she's learning very much. My husband reminds me all the time, she just got her brain 7 years ago. And that's a hard reality, right? But yeah.
It's still under warranty.
Sure. Depending on what car you're buying. Yeah, I don't know. Those warranties get worse and worse.
Warranty's out.
I'm buying that extended warranty.
Yeah. Jared's got to be extremely competitive being in the NFL.
Very.
Right? You are very competitive being
being
up through the pageants, right?
Yeah. And an athlete. I grew up an athlete.
And are their kids competitive? Are they
very
that niche?
Yeah, they really are. At first, we were a little worried because we weren't really seeing that competitive nature from either one of them or that competitive spirit. But now that they're getting older, we're definitely seeing it come out of them. And we see it a lot between the two of them. They're 3.5 years apart. So, you know, when they play pageant, Paisley makes me pick a winner. So at the end, they do their runway and they dress up and she goes, now who's the winner?
Oh no!
What do you do?
Go Xtad. I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah, I just kind of pretend and detour somewhere else to get her mind off of it. But she usually comes back to it. She wants to know who the winner was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can just, with such a competitive family, I can just imagine, sitting around a table playing a board game. How crazy it must get.
So we have board games that are banned in our house, actually. Yeah.
And what are those listed?
Well, the first one that is banned or that was ever banned is the board game Sorry. So Jared and I, before children, I got a little competitive, and I pulled my 1 or my 2, and I got to send his pawn back to home, and I didn't just scoot it to the side, I tossed it across the room. So obviously that didn't go over very well, so now we're not allowed to play that game anymore.
You can get through Sorry in a relationship.
That is pretty funny.
There's no Sorry in this house.
Yeah. We can play Uno in my house.
Yeah.
I think my kid's lying every time.
Right.
Like, you don't have that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what we're doing. There's definitely some competition.
Mm-hmm.
You both is really setting your 2 children up for great success.
Thank you.
And and one thing I always say is you got to build resiliency in your kids. So they got to know how to win and lose. They have to learn defeat. They have to learn how to take winning with grace. And poise, and you guys are showing that. So that's amazing, all on what you are doing and what you have done since you were a child. So who inspired you? Like, who put you into, at 5 years old, said, get into a pageant? What, like, was mom or like family member who put you in?
Yeah, definitely my mom put us in at 5 years old. I didn't know what pageants were. So she put us in, and my sister and I both won our first pageant that we ever competed in. And then I went on to win a national title. And one of the judges at the national competition was with a child agency in Los Angeles. And they actually moved my family out to LA. And my sister and I did child acting for a while. And that's actually how I met Jared. Do you guys know who D.L. Hughley is, the actor comedian?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was on his
at Whole Foods in Addison once.
You see? So I was on his sitcom when I was a little girl, and so I've known him since I was 10 years old. So he was in Seattle. It was when I lived in Seattle at the time. He had, was there for a comedy show, and his manager left me tickets at the front so that I could come and pop in and say hi. And Jared was there also, so they were playing matchup backstage. So D.L. Hughley introduced Jared and I.
Oh wow, that's a great story.
Yeah, thanks. The story is much longer, but I'll spare you.
Now you and your sister.
Yeah.
There's competitive stuff right there, right?
Yes.
So your mom put you both out onto the stage. What happened then? I want to hear a little deep.
So my sister and I are 3 years apart. So we never competed against each other because we were in different age divisions, but we both were just extremely competitive. And I will never forget for my entire life, my sister, when she first competed, was 2 or 3 years old, and she had this stuffed Barney that she carried everywhere with her. And when it was time for her to go out on stage, my mom tried to take her Barney away from her, and she started throwing a tantrum. So my mom said, forget it, fine, take the Barney. And so she went on stage, and she was just throwing her Barney across the stage, and she'd run over to go and pick it up, and then she'd do one of these at the judges, and she won. I mean, she beat out these girls that had been doing glitz and glam pageants for their, since they were babies.
Awesome. And she was being real.
She was being real.
Being a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
See what happens?
Yeah. Be yourself. Be yourself. Exactly.
Nobody can be you better than you can.
Yeah, and I'm sure the judges can see fake. They can see, right through that, and that's what makes this such a prestigious title for you. And we see it. We saw it at the Children's Hospital with you and Jared. We saw it at Celebrity Softball, where we benefited, I guess, 30. How many different charities did that Celebrity Softball game?
It was over 20 for sure.
Yeah,
over 20. You raised over $1 million.
We hit the first million. I say we, but man, shout out TK.
Yeah. Such an amazing thing to be a part of.
Yes.
Yep, raised $1 million.
I cannot wait for the next one.
I know. I'm so excited. I've got it marked on my calendar already.
Same. I'm already like, we need to get our hotel now.
That's right.
And for those who are listening, this Celebrity Softball is going to have a very emotional, impactful story behind it, because it's going to be the 25th anniversary of 9/11. So if you guys see that right behind me, 9/11, they're going to mark the 25th anniversary. So we're going to have all these patriots, these veterans, these first responders, these celebrities, everybody that's going to be out on the field. And it's going to be a patriotic game to remember those 3,000 souls that were lost 25 years ago. So if you go to celebritysoftball.org, get your tickets now and let's pack out Ryder Field and do a good thing for all the charities, but also support our heroes that gave so much on that fateful day. It's going to be an amazing game.
It's a great day.
Yeah. What team were you? You were on blue or were you on red last year?
I was on the blue team last year.
Mike Kislak was your coach?
Yeah, on the first
Talk
baseline.
about
Yep.
competitive. Talk about competitive.
I know. I'm literally standing shoulder to shoulder with him the entire game saying, put me in, coach, put me in. I'm like, I was not built for the sidelines. I cannot just stand still and watch. I need to be part of the action.
Mike goes, I only put people in who run and get me beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were stationed up at the bar in the outfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was told that too.
Yep. But and one thing about the game, it's not about winning or losing. It's about some bragging rights, of course.
But our team won last year, so I don't know. Hold on, let me just shameless plug throw that in because the blue team won, and we didn't just win; we straight up demolished.
Yeah, you guys did.
did. Mm-hmm.
Well, Jeffrey Gray, United States Marine veteran, who coached the other team, right? Didn't he coach the other team?
Yes.
He coached the red team. And he took the defeat like a champ, like a Marine would. But once again, being out on that field, it's fun. It's fun watching everybody, the antics that go on. And it's all for a great cause.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a wonderful day out. And it's, it's so inexpensive. It's $10 a ticket or $12 a ticket. The hot dogs are like $2. It's really a great family day out at the park. All the kids get to meet the celebrities. They get autographs. It's all the celebrities are very approachable and ready to sign all the balls for them and hand out balls. So it's a great day. It was a great day.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah, even if you don't like baseball or softball, come out and hang out and play. There's so many amazing people there, and I mean, it's entertaining for sure. It's more than just a softball game.
Yes, much more than just softball.
I don't want to give away too much, but it's more than softball.
You got Chaz Taylor out there who always makes a great display.
Chaz-tastic. How did I do?
Hello, beautiful people.
Yeah.
Oh, that was almost perfect. I was like, wow, you almost did him. You almost did him right off the bat.
Yeah, you did better than me.
Yeah, Chaz came out to our. We did a thin blue line LEMC golf outing. He came out and played golf. And he was all dressed up, brought his belt, and he ended up doing his little takedown on one of the holes. A lot of fun. Always a pleasure having him. He really inspires as well.
Yeah, he definitely does. And no matter where he goes, you're going to see his giant belt being lugged around with him. So you put him and Jared together, and I would probably pick a fight with anybody because Jared and Chaz on each side. I mean, ultimate bodyguards right there.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got a mighty mullet. I mean, that is.
Yeah, the mullet enough is just.
Look at them. They're both tiring people right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, BreAnna, thank you so much for being part of the 99% Radio Network. Thank you for representing this great state of Texas. We are honored to live here where you represent. We wish you all the best in the Nationals.
Thank you so much.
We will be keeping an eye, and hopefully when you become Miss America, USOA Miss America.
USOA Mrs. Yeah, United States of America's Mrs. That'll be my title here in less than 60 days, right?
Yes, it will be.
You won't forget us little people like me and Pitbull. And
I feel like we need to get shirts with her face on it that we need to wear.
So you can watch the competition, and it'll be live streamed, and you can watch. And most people, like friends and family, they'll have watch parties if they're not able to actually travel to the pageant. So, maybe we should have a little celebrity softball group gathering. You guys can watch the pageant. Put my head on a stick and
mimosas and watching.
We can do a special 99 live and stream the pageant live as it's going on. We can do that.
We can commentate.
Yes. Hey. That's one of the biggest perks about representing the state of Texas is there's a lot more people to represent too, right? So no pressure for me, but No,
None.
not at all. No pressure. But yeah, the competition is on the 28th and the 29th of March. So the 28th will be our preliminary competition. The 29th of March will be the finals. And if you follow me on Facebook at USOA Mrs. Texas or the national page, United States of America's Pageants, we'll post all the information on how you can watch.
Fantastic.
I'll be watching for sure.
We will. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you to Jared for giving us this hour with you, and your kids for giving us this hour with you. Stay safe in this icy weather, both of you, and we will see you soon.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Take care.
Love having you. Thank you
See
for
ya.
coming on.
God bless.
Yep. See you next time.
Take care. Miss USOA, United States of America. OA, United States of America. OA. I got corrected. I had it AO and it's OA. It's USOA. Because I had it. Huh?
It's a lot.
OA, Miss Texas, BreAnna Smith, man. Thank you so much. You can't get a better representative for the state of Texas than BreAnna Smith, because just from behind the scenes, and I'll let you guys know, that woman is out there every day doing something for the community.
Yeah.
Yep. She is all about community. So God bless her. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the Mongo log, because we're going to have to wrap it up a little quicker today, because some of our guests had to cancel. Mandy, who's one of our music artists, she has a little medical issue that she's got to take care of. She's not feeling up to the weather to be on the show, so she'll be on later on in February. But we will be back with more of the 99% Radio Network and the Mongo log right after this.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Break Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking, you slow down, it turns on. Break Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
Here at 1010 Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at 1010aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698.
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy.
That was us over 10 years ago.
Now, LifeVac is responsible for saving over 2,000 lives from choking.
We started this company in our garage, just hoping to make a difference, because over 5,000 lives are needlessly lost each year to choking incidents.
Help LifeVac on our mission to save lives.
In the time it takes you to pick up the phone and call, another life could be saved.
LifeVac's patented design creates a one-way suction to remove food or objects obstructing airways. All you have to do is place, push, and pull. And just like that, LifeVac can save a life from choking.
Quite frankly, I thought I was going to die. The LifeVac saved my life in 1-2 seconds.
Get your very own LifeVac now and get 20% off. Visit lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac.
As my personal promise to you, if you order a LifeVac and have to use it, LifeVac will replace it free.
LifeVac works on adults, teens, or toddlers and can be ready in seconds and last a lifetime, guaranteed.
Best of all, you can even use a LifeVac on yourself, the elderly, physically impaired, or those that other methods may not be possible or are dangerous. In the event of a choking emergency, you could save a life, even your own.
Thank you, Daddy.
Life is precious and time matters.
Choking can happen anywhere. Help us put a life vac in every home, school, restaurant, car, office, everywhere.
Protecting families has always been our mission. I'm sure you love your family like I love my daughter. Do us all a favor and get your own life back now.
LifeVac saves lives. Order one for your home, the office. It also makes a great gift. Use promo code Jackie and save 20%. Don't wait another minute. A life might depend on it. Go to lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac. That's lifevac.net or 877-LifeVac. Order now.
Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo. Got him.
Hey, welcome, Mongo.
Hey, how's it going? And by the way, Sideshow, you're correct. It's OA.
It's OA, right?
Yep.
Right there. Well, thank you.
Fine.
I only remember it's OA because USOA is because when I did the video, she texted me back when I sent it to her for approval. She sent it back. She goes, just one little missed thing. You got USAO. And I said, oh, okay. So USOA, United States of America. So, yeah.
Got it.
Well,
and it's not Miss America she's going for. It's a different national title.
What is that?
It was
Mrs. America.
Mrs. National it wasn't like it's not the one that you think that you see on the TV, the Miss America one. It's a different organization is what I understood.
Gotcha.
But there's a national level, so she'll have a national title as well.
Nice. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, she's badass. She is definitely badass. All right, Mongo, with all the stuff that's going on in the country nowadays, and man, I'm sure you're watching the news and reading the papers and doing everything every day. I can't wait to hear this week's Mongolog.
I want to see your shirt though.
I'll tell you, this week's Mongolog was actually set up for last week, but I skipped it. And then this past week has been like a busy, crazy week, so I didn't write anything new. I basically just took the week off. So this is from 2 weeks ago, but it's good, still apps, but I want to do it today before it gets too old.
All right. So without further ado, let's get into the Mongolog.
All right, here we go. Last month, Dan Bongino, who was at the time the second highest ranking official at the FBI, announced that he would soon be leaving the agency. His departure, which has been suspected for months due to infighting within the Trump administration, ended a brief tenure marked by questions over his actual qualifications for the role and disagreements concerning the controversial Epstein case. Dan Bongino is a former NYPD officer, a former Secret Service agent who was assigned to President Obama's protection detail, and a former media titan. He sacrificed his lucrative media empire to answer the President Donald Trump's call to help purge the FBI of corruption. Bongino's resignation as the deputy director of the FBI has ignited a firestorm after a leak was released highlighting a rogue whistleblower who knew of horrific, brutal, and soul-crushing abuses on Epstein Island. The most recent allegations that have been made involve Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. It's being alleged that they have each previously unleashed barbaric depravity on Epstein Island, to include the brutal and sadistic torture of young women and other grotesque acts of bestiality captured in explicit photos and videos. The informant, a former high-level FBI insider, has recently risked it all by coming forward. Scenes of unimaginable savagery have been described involving both the former presidents, each reveling in sick ritualistic abuses. The leak also includes other explosive and sensational horrors. Supposedly, there are eyewitness accounts of Obama personally orchestrating hunt games where terrified young women are pursued like prey, only to be subjected to Clinton's twisted, animalistic, involved rituals, all documented in videos that the FBI fears could be authenticated beyond denial, sparking a nationwide uprising or a full-blown civil war if unleashed. Now, do I believe any of this to be true? I'd like to think that it's not, but I'm not a society elite. The stories have gone dark, and there's plenty of domestic bullshit that seems to dominate the news cycle lately. I'm not sure if presidential immunity would apply to shield these monsters from prison, but if the public outrage would certainly topple their empires. Deep state gatekeepers have allegedly kept Trump in the dark, fearing his wrath would vaporize their cabal in an instant. I'm still unclear on how any news of this sort can be kept from Trump. Now, how much of this, if any, is factual? Well, it's nowhere to be seen or heard about through the mainstream media. I found 2 sources, but I had to dig deep. Wouldn't it be fantastic if news organizations investigated and then reported on stories? Stories both true and false can be debunked or sensationalized. For now, Bongino has gone from number 2 at the FBI to seemingly not be heard from at all. Could it be that he is made to sign an NDA? Well, yeah, of course he signed an NDA. That's obvious. And I just read today that he's starting his podcast back up. So he's not out. He's just quiet for now. Bongino's selfless service under Trump's command was a mandate to reform a weaponized agency into an organizational truth machine. He may have unleashed the satanic underbelly. He may have unearthed the satanic underbelly, proving the Democratic elites are actually part of a protective pedo network. The network of individuals who hide behind media networks while weaponizing that same system against actual patriots. If this ultimately proves to be true, it's no wonder Bongino bolted. Staring into the Epstein abyss could shatter anyone. His exit hopefully signals that the floodgates are cracking wide open. In a few months prior to his retirement as the deputy director of the FBI, Bongino posted a vague but highly ominous statement about what he's learned during his internal investigations of corruption and political weaponization by federal law enforcement and intelligence agencies, saying his findings thus far have shocked him to the core. Bongino is an unbreakable patriot who worked to fire corrupt agents and lock up deep state scum. But he may have been overwhelmed by by the abyss of evil, forcing him to choose his family over the fight as the toll became too much to bear. Trump's visionary appointment of Bongino exposed this rot, but the whistleblower warns Trump doesn't know everything that Bongino uncovered. The FBI and the CIA have buried these files deeper than the depths of hell to seemingly shield their true puppet masters from exposure. As leftists complain, panic, and cover up, Trump's America First juggernaut struggles forward. Bongino is hopefully and potentially returning to his megaphone to drop more truth nukes. If he does, God bless this hero for his service. I curse the traitors currently hiding from Trump's impending reckoning. The deep state thought they could bury these Clinton-Obama atrocities forever, and maybe they can, but with Bongino's potential knowledge, which may have been far beyond even Trump's grasp, is this the key to unleashing justice? This isn't just a scandal. It's a war on the elite's demonic empire, and with Trump leading the fight, hopefully we'll drag these beasts into the light and make America pure again. Now, I admit, pure again may actually be a stretch, but reborn better is a definite possibility. The Pavlovian left goes berserk at the mere prospect of a new Trump initiative. The left seems to have a reaction proportionate to the success of Trump's latest policy, whatever it may be. De-escalating and reactivating venom and hysteria from the left are calibrated to out-highlight the success of Trump's latest policy and actions. For example, the more Trump presses NATO members to pay their promised 2% of GDP for their own defense, the more the Democrats grow irate about Trump's overseas influence. It's been jokingly rumored that NATO members now want to raise their members' defense spending to 5% of GDP and have publicly gushed that Trump's their daddy. Democrats are confused by this since Europeans are supposed to hate Trump, not admire him for rebooting NATO. It's as if Trump received 3 wishes from a genie and he combined all 3 wishes into one large wish. He asks for success in everything that he orchestrates and wants the left to oppose any of his actions regardless of what they are. All the while, the media reports all of the successes as if they were all failures. Under the Biden administration, over 10 million illegal aliens flooded our country, sometimes as many as 10,000 a day, crossing the southern border. More than 500,000 criminals swarmed in. Yet now, there is essentially zero illegal immigration into our country, and so far over 100,000 criminal aliens have been deported. 1 million who entered illegally have voluntarily gone home, yet the left has fought the enforcement of immigration law tooth and nail. Do they actually believe it's permissible and moral to break immigration law, but immoral and illegal to enforce it? The left has been diligently working for what they believe to be a better America. Unfortunately, the utopian version of America is one of cradle-to-grave government. It's a controlled society where only select privileged few are capable of luxuries. In their utopia, only a select few will enjoy travel, leisure time, and a lifestyle where the freedom and ability to choose whatever they desire in life. To achieve this, leftist mostly communist utopia, their plan is to allow 20 to 40 million more illegal aliens to distort the electorate and bring in new voters and constituencies. These new Democratic voters will ensure that the conservative voices and their ideas are forever silenced. Democrats want to dictate how we enjoy our freedom in America. In case you haven't been paying attention, the Democrats are swinging even further left. Now we have the Democratic Socialist Party, or as I like to say, the Communist Party, taking a seat at the power table. Our young adults love free shit. They don't understand nothing in life is actually free. It comes at a price. Our forefathers paid a heavy price for our initial freedoms. They paid with blood, sweat, hardships, pain, and for some death. Today, our younger generation insists on instant gratification, electronic communications on their devices, and only hearing about the easy path to starting salaries that used to be manager-level pay amounts. Bongino was about to break the seal on a flood of information that would have broken the left. Now Bongino is gone. Was he forced to sign the NDA? Yeah, I'm sure he was. Probably, more than likely. There is no such thing as an investigative reporting anymore. The perennial Sunday evening news program, aptly named 60 Minutes, is just 60 minutes of left-wing propaganda. But it's in an interesting story format. Our window lickers love visual aids. Every weekday morning in MSNBC broadcasts The Morning Joe. It's a left-wing bulletin board hosted by two women that couldn't make a cup of Morning Joe if they walk into a 7-Eleven store. As for the coming year, all I can say is buckle up because this country is divided. The right wants to expose the bullshit and strives to succeed. The left wants to control the narrative and bring this country together under the loving arms of communism. Both choices are on the table for us to evaluate and choose. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. Mongo is out, and now back to you in the studio.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you, Mongo. That was an amazing, and I respect and I follow Dan Bongino all the time. You know, he is a straight up transparent guy, and if he didn't see things right, he would have never left.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've watched him for a while. I respect what he has to say. I was kind of disillusioned when he went through his hardships with the agency, but he stayed on. And then when he left, all of a sudden he became public enemy number one. I didn't buy into it. I thought there's got to be a good reason for it. So I'm sure that once his podcast goes back online, he may not be able to talk about it, but other people might be able to infer what's going on. Hey, puppy, infer what's going on by listening to what they had to say with him.
Yeah, we talk about this every once in a while. We've talked about it on a Badge of Honor. When we talk about moral fiber and moral justice, some of the cops and the law enforcement that's out there today, they're obeying commands that really shouldn't be obeyed, like not helping ICE and stuff like that. And, if you swore an oath in law enforcement, you swear an oath to uphold the law to the fullest extent. And there are people out there in law enforcement on all levels that will just do stuff for their political gain or for their political elevation. And if you don't believe in that, as a law enforcement officer, if you don't believe in what they're telling you to do, and you don't think it's right, you have the right to refuse. And I think that's something that happened with Dan, is that he didn't totally believe in what was going on, or he was told to do something that he didn't truly believe in. And he walked away like a gentleman, said, maybe this is not for me. He upheld that oath that he took when he was in the NYPD and when he became a Secret Service officer, so you got to commend Dan for really upholding the law enforcement oath.
Oh yeah. And watching a lot of the stuff that's been going on in Minneapolis right now, about a week ago, the mayor of Minneapolis was talking to the media, and the chief of police was standing off to his side and behind him. And I know the chief is a political position. He has to do what the bosses say. But while the mayor was talking, the chief looked up at him and had this look in his eyes when he looked over at him, like,
his face.
You got to shitting me.
Yes.
His face was like,
anything. I was like, wow, look at that look right there. Because there's a lot of shit going on, and he's keeping his mouth shut, but his eyes told it all.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to tell
right.
me to do what?
Yeah. And he's in a hard position. He's in a very hard position because he definitely looks like a cop's cop. He looks like somebody who wants for law and order.
We got a spot open in Texas for him.
Yeah, he really does. He looks like he's law and order, and he wants to do the right thing. But I think he's being pressured into making decisions that he does not agree with, and I feel bad for him because he's all of his interviews, all his statements have been pretty good. He's not like the Portland chief of police crying or that sheriff in Philadelphia,
There's no crying in law
bowing
enforcement.
down. So I got to give the guy props. He's just in a very, very bad position right now, and he's doing the best he can. To all our listeners out there, we got kicked off Facebook, both on the 99 page and on my own personal page. We are still running full on YouTube. I don't know what happened with Facebook. Maybe they didn't like whatever we were saying or giving back and talking about kindness and everything else, but we got kicked off for some reason.
So is way around a permanent thing?
Huh?
Is that temporary or permanent?
It looks like temporary. It looks like I'm getting messages that says, it's due to something in Facebook. Keep retrying. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go full blown onto YouTube and maybe Rumble, and we'll share it because we've never been kicked off YouTube or Rumble or anything else. So maybe we're going to have to figure this out, and we'll share it. We'll share our show.
Yeah, I shared it on. I shared.
But they won't be the main. They won't be the main platform, I think, because this is the second time this has happened to us with Facebook.
Yeah, because AI kind of generates, like, if you say a certain word, it's AI catching the words, and they don't know the content, so then they just
blast you off.
Maybe it was screw Zuckerberg.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go to Rumble or we'll go to Dan Bongino's channel, and and where it's politically correct and they don't AI you. So
they won't AI you.
They don't AI you. AI you.
Throwing a bunch of vowels at me, damn it.
We are having troubles with vowels today.
Yes. Well, Mongo, once again, man, it's always been a pleasure.
Mongo, what's your shirt say?
It says,
okay.
Kiss me, I'm colorblind.
Love it.
It's my St. Patrick's Day t-shirt.
I thought so. I saw the kiss me, but then it threw me off with the red. So that's why I had that.
No, I'm colorblind.
Nice.
Hey, true story. I guess I don't think I still am, but I actually was, because when I got hired in law enforcement, I tested with LAPD initially, and lady had me do the eye test where I looked into the eye thing, and I described the number that I saw that was in the within the dots, and then they put the three lights, the red, yellow, and green light, and she goes, "All right." She was a really nice older black lady. She goes, "Tell me what lights you see from the top going to the bottom." I said, "Red, yellow, blue." And she goes, "Honey, think about this for just a second. Where in nature do we see lights like this?" And I go, "Oh, red, yellow, green? She goes, yes. I passed. I couldn't tell blue from green flag. I don't know.
We don't know.
Well, that goes to show you that you go through all those red lights.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I'm colorblind.
I'm colorblind. Well, once again, Mongo, thank you so much. We're gonna wrap it up early, and get back onto our for next week and
Ice storm
do
that
our
we're
thing.
in.
The ice storm that we're in.
I was freezing today because when I went to the post office with just a t-shirt on, it was bad. And then when I was sitting out back smoking and sipping, oh my goodness. The breeze blew. It was cool. Yeah.
Well, you were smoking one of those Faustino cigars right here from Roy City, Texas, man.
Absolutely.
Faustino cigars, probably some of the best cigars out there. If you ever, I'll give them a little plug. If you're ever in Roy City or if you want to travel out there, hit.
They ship too.
Huh?
They
ship them. That's right. They ship them.
So
go to Faustino Cigars. Yeah.
Well, they ship to him.
They ship to him. You go to Roy City. You got Joe's Meat Market and Faustino Cigars all in one stop, man. You get all your meat and cigars and ready to go. Huh?
Yeah, they're within walking distance of each other.
That's right, man. And Joe's Meat Market and Big Rome's barbecue out there. All great stuff for your all your summer and grilling needs.
All right, guys. Well, you guys stay warm, stay safe, and I will talk to y'all next week.
All right.
Okay,
Take care, brother.
good.
All right. Bye.
Be good. Woo. What a show, right? Hey, and this worked out pretty well. I mean, yeah, we got kicked off, but that's Facebook, and what can you do? It's okay.
We conquer and overcome.
We conquer and overcome. That's what it's all about. Well, Pitbull, any closing remarks? I mean, I want to thank USOA. It's so hard to say sometimes. USOA, Miss Texas, BreAnna Smith, for taking that time. And, because she's got such a busy schedule, she took the time to come out and help us out and be on our show. We really thank them. I want to thank TK for running that Celebrity Softball Classic every year, because it's brought so much networking power for us, and to bring some great people on our show that we get to share and uplift and be a part of, and without TK, a lot of this stuff would not be possible. I want to thank Texas Harley Davidson for doing what you do. The ambassador of fun, Michael Long out there, go check him out, because Texas Harley Davidson has really been a big supporter of us. And the biggest one of all, Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolf Pack, 737 The Wolf, 737 The Wolf. Thank you, Glenn, and your team for sponsoring the 99 and being a part of and letting us be a part of your world. You've really let us now be able to give back a little bit more to the community as well. So thank you so much for what you're doing. And anything else? You got anything else?
Harley, we're going to get some dates set. I know August 22nd, I've been talking with the crew over at Harley. We're going to be doing another Battling Betties event over there. It's going to be probably a bagger bike show, Baggers and Betties. I think we're getting that lined up. I'm working with Harley or with Indian Motorcycle as well. I know I've had a bunch of people ask me when the next Pinups and Pistons is going to be. I am still trying to work on a date to set that down. And then the next event is with Roll Call April 11th. Check out our page for that.
Yeah, and if you are a restaurant out there and you want to get on, or just a business out there, want to get onto that passport run and be a part of this amazing roll call event, go to rollcall.org, roll-call.org, and just talk to somebody over there and get your business on the passport, stamping passport for a fun day and helping our vets.
Just got on that ticket, so it should be a good time.
Awesome. All right. So once again, man, we will see you next week, next Wednesday. And if you could be anything in this world, be kind. Peace.